Reclaimer, what is up? Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Lincoln Clay coming back at you with another live stream. Sick Humor TV, what is up? What's going on? You know the deal. Hit the like button, hit the bell icon. The rest will take care of itself. If you are a new subscriber, welcome to the channel. I hope you are enjoying the content. And so, Jemiah Dixon, what is up, my man? So if you want to, Sick, you can join me in a little bit. I just want to get a little bit of stuff off my chest about, about my belief as to why, about the PS5. Robert McLeod, what is up? The old guy in the house. What is going on? You know how it is. You know who it is. Your boy Lincoln Clay, the godfather of gaming, the ageless wonder. What is going on, everybody? Hope everybody's doing good today. So let's start with the small shit. Skyrim VR won Game of the Year, which like blew me away. A game that's 3-4 years old, out of nowhere, came and won VR Game of the Year. Jemiah Dixon, PS5, Q4 2019. On a calendar year, yes. Okay, you just listening, Sick? All right, cool. So yeah, Skyrim VR won Game of the Year. This comes courtesy of Polish Paul. I didn't go follow that up. I'll take him at his word. He's one of the biggest YouTubers. He's one of the bigger YouTubers in terms of VR news. He's up there. He doesn't have near as many subscribers as PSVR Frank or even Brian Paul for that matter, but he's up there with him. They know who he is and they respect him. So yeah. So much for me thinking Astrobot was going to win Game of the Year. And I think it was Polish Paul that said it. That he feels like a game that was built from the ground up for VR should have won VR Game of the Year, rather than a game that you could sort of say has been ported over to VR. Mr. Pump, Mr. Steal Your Girl, Mr. 40 looking 30, Mr. Pyle, what is up? No, Skyrim didn't beat out God of War. It beat out Astrobot for VR Game of the Year. It won VR Game of the Year. So I'm a little shocked that a game that's about, 2, 3, 4 years old, however old this game is, and it wasn't built from the ground up for VR, it was basically ported over the VR, whatever you want to call it. I'm shocked that it won Game of the Year. So, well, according to Polish Paul, he says that it won Game of the Year. I don't know. See, that's what I was saying. I didn't follow that up, so I will have to follow it up. If y'all demand receipts, then I guess I will have to follow it up. But this comes courtesy of Polish Paul when I saw his video. So I think he has about 7,000 subscribers. He's one of the bigger VR names as far as YouTubers go. But yeah, that shocked me too, because I thought the awards wasn't for a few more weeks yet. So yeah, I know what you mean, Robert McLeod. So I guess I'll follow up on it. I'll check it out. And so other PSVR news, those games that I was looking forward to, Boxing Apocalypse, the Firewall DLC, Beat Saber. I went to the PlayStation Store and I didn't see any of that stuff posted. So I don't know what's going on. You would have think they would have already had that shit posted, so I could pre-order it. I don't know what's going on with that. But if they want my money at midnight, they better have that shit ready to go. So with that being said, it's possible that I may not be able to do a stream tonight if I don't see any of that shit. I actually went inside the Firewall game and the only thing I saw was another contractor added. You said the story's kind of keeping you going. All right. So Red Dead Redemption 2 lost to Fortnite? How weird. I mean, has awards been handed out yet? Other than me talking about, other than me talking about Skyrim getting VR Game of the Year, has any other awards been handed out yet? Because I'm totally out the loop. Guy Code, you said you're finally going to try the Detroit demo to see if the game's for you. I think it's a pretty good game. The golden joysticks. Okay, let me see. See what we got at M4G. I ain't been there in God knows how long. Damn, Fallout 76 update version 102 is out. Requires another 48 gigs of holy shit. Okay, cool. With the golden joysticks. All right. See what else we got here. I can't believe people still posting this shit. Xbox One X versus PS4 Pro. Which 4K console should you buy right now? I wish they would stop that shit. It's cut and dry. You want great exclusives? PS4 Pro, no question. You said Fallout 76 is tanking faster than Sea of Thieves. And Jemiah, you said Fallout 76 is going to be 200 gigabytes and still broken. Wouldn't be surprised. Might end up coming to VR faster, more sooner than later if the game tanks. So, and then today, my brother bought my old TV, and he finally got around to coming to pick it up today. And I would say I turned him. I think he got turned out. He saw what my new TV looked like, and he saw GT Sport on the new TV, and he was blown away. He was like, "Holy shit!" And so I showed him a replay of one of my races, and then I even had him try the VR. Now his thoughts on the VR was he thought it was a little too realistic because he was crashing all over the place, and he took his headset off. He took the headset off and said, "This shit's a little too realistic for me." And then he played it without the headset, and then a few minutes later he was like, "How much the PlayStation costs? How much the VR headset costs?" All this stuff. And my brother for a lot of years act like he hated video games. But he is a car enthusiast, and GT Sport is a great looking game. He does love car racing. He does love Formula One racing. He loves Le Mans racing. So I think he got turned out. So I told him, he better jump on these PlayStations fast if he want one because they selling like hotcakes. So in any case, he looks like he got turned out. Who would have thought? If you know my brother, he's type of dude that, like I said, he didn't like video games for the longest. I don't know if he just naturally didn't like them or if he didn't like them because I like him. I don't know. But in any case, he's ready to jump on board. So I told him if he gets the PlayStation, he can grab my other VR headset that's just laying around doing nothing. And then so I told him I'd get him hooked up. So he liked it, to say the least. Unbelievable. So now on to the big shit about me sticking to my guns about the PS5 coming out in November of 2019. I'm sticking to my guns. I believe that Sony's probably going to give us some kind of tidbit, some kind of hint by March, maybe April at the latest. Some kind of announcement, some kind of tidbit, some kind of hint. They're going to drop something by April. I think by July, maybe August at the latest. I think that's when they're going to do the full blown reveal. I think that's when we'll see the console. I think that's when we'll see some of the games that they have ready to go for it when it launches. I think that's when we'll see the controller. I think that's when we'll find out what the price is. I think that's when we'll find out what the exact date is. So there's a number of reasons. Mr. Pyle, 2019 too early and is dead on arrival. I doubt it. What's up, Mac? See, one of the things that I said, Mr. Pyle, is that I think everybody is of this belief that because the PS4 is still hot, that there's no reason for them to release the PS5 right now. I would have, normally I would agree with it. In the beginning, I really did agree with that. I felt that way. Like there ain't no need for them to release this console yet. But I'm still of the belief that if they wait until the PS4 dries up and then launch the PS5, if the PS5 takes off slow, there is going to be a gap from when the PS4 dropped completely off to when the PS5 starts to pick up. There's going to be a gap. I think Sony wants these two physical actions to happen simultaneously. I think Sony wants the PS5 to ascend right as the PS4 is starting its decline. So these two things will happen simultaneously. So by the time the PS4 completely dries out, the PS5 will start hitting its stride. With that being said, Sony will never skip a beat. They're not going to see a crazy ass drop off in sales. One's going to go down, one's going to go up at the same time. So that's one of the reasons, that's one of the reasons why I believe 2019. Here is another reason why I believe, and this is one of the biggest reasons why I believe 2019. It's a safe bet that the PlayStation 5 is ready to go. I believe everything's ready to go with the PlayStation 5. I think they've already settled on what the console's going to look like. I think they've, have already settled in on a date or at least a target date. I think the only thing that's going on right now is probably, getting ready to start the manufacture process if they haven't already done it. But I think if they haven't already started manufacturing these consoles, I'd imagine they're going to get started on that pretty soon. And being that the PS4 sold 1 million units on the day that it released, I'm led to believe that Sony wants to have at least that many PS5s ready to go the day that it launches. Now, speaking of the PS4, let's go back. The Xbox 360. What's up, Lay? I'm ready for it too. The Xbox 360, if I want to go back to the exact date, it launched November 22nd, 2005. But I do know that year that it launched a couple of days before Thanksgiving, because I remember the hell I went through to try to get one of those. Now, if memory serves me right, the PS3 was originally supposed to launch soon after that. I don't know, like a week or two after that. And supposedly the PS3 wasn't ready, so they pushed it back to November of 2006. I personally believe they pushed it back to 2006 because the PlayStation 3 was $200 more than the Xbox 360, and the Xbox 360 had a massive head start over the PS3. So I think Sony waited until November of 2006 to launch the PS3 because they would have that stage all to themselves. You know, the Wii was already out there, and now the 360's been out there for about a year. So sales of the PS3 was probably starting to, you know, I don't know if they were starting to taper off or not, but the PS3 launched in November of 2006. Now this generation right here, the PS4, his birthday was a couple of days ago, the 15th or something like that. I think so. The PS4 launched November 15th of 2013, and the Xbox One launched about a week after that. What is the common denominator here of those four consoles that I just mentioned, and when they launched? What is the common denominator? The month of November. Every one of those consoles I mentioned launched in the month of November. That is one of the biggest reasons why I'm picking November 2019 for the PS5, because you know, the first 6 months of the console, there's going to be waves of buyers. When a console first launched, the first wave of buyers are going to be like me, the ones that's going to get it day one. And then, to kind of borrow a philosophy from Thrash, the console gets in my home, then the next wave of buyers will see it, you know, that comes into my home, sees this new shiny gadget, checks it out. Now, the next wave of buyers are probably the most crucial ones, and that's the Christmas shoppers. Because Christmas is the one time of year that people spend a lot of money but do not spend it on themselves. Case in point, you know, right around Christmas time, a PS5, there's a lot of women that will not buy a PS5, but they will buy it for their boyfriends. They may buy it for their children. So the second wave of buyers, the Christmas shoppers, are the critical ones, and Microsoft and Sony has a history of fighting it out for those Christmas shoppers. And then the third wave of shoppers that I believe is that I consider a third wave of shoppers, are the ones like come March, the ones that got their taxes back. That's the third wave. After those people buy a console, after that, sales are going to be whatever they are. There isn't going to be another massive wave of buyers until the next, you know, like Black Friday or something. So I don't expect people to agree with me, old dog. I mean, you know, to some people it sounds crazy. I mean, but I really believe that. And then not only that, One Stop made a great point. If the PS4 launches and it's able to do 4K 60 across the board, even worse yet, if it's able to do that and they sell this Misi, what's up? And they sell the console at $400 on top of being able to do 460, you know, 4K 60 across the board, they just stole Microsoft's thunder if they get out the blocks before Microsoft. Because what's Microsoft's selling point now? You can't tell them you got the world's most powerful console anymore. You can't tell them that, you know, that your console does 4K 60 and the other one doesn't. You can't tell them that anymore. So how else are you going to sell your game? How else are you going to sell your console now? Because you ain't going to have the games ready. So a lot of this, I'm going with past patterns. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I come to the conclusion of 2019. Now, how you doing, Ice Queen Gaming? Here's some other things to consider. Like I said, I mentioned the wave of shoppers. The generation will be one again if it's 4K 60. Even if it ain't 4K 60, it's still going to be one because they're going to provide the content. Microsoft plans on providing everybody with mediocre AA games. Sony's still going to be providing everybody with AAA hits. Not only that, they might provide. I think they're going to be providing you with AAA games in VR. That's going to be a double whammy right there. Not only that, but think of it this way. Okay, so let's go back and use the PS4 for an example. On the day that the PS4 released, it sold 1 million units the day it released. That thing made $400 billion the day it released. Now, this article that I read, I don't really feel like I need to go back and read it blow for blow, but they said it cost Sony at the time that the PS4 launched, it cost them $382 to make the PS4, and it retailed for $400. But I guess when you factor in some other expenses, they were actually losing money. So if the same thing applies here, in my opinion, they're going to want to hurry up and get this thing off the ground. I believe if they, between the time that I'm thinking November of 2019, everybody else is thinking March 2020. That's 4 months difference. Big deal. 4 months difference. If I'm off by 4 months, then I'm off by 4 months. But I think the only way this console doesn't launch in 2019, I think it's going to come down to one of two things. Either whatever they're planning won't be ready yet, or they might be trying to hold off until they hit the 100 million mark before they go ahead and launch the PS5. But I'm still sticking to my guns. For 2019. Now, so as I was saying, go back to what I was saying. If the console launches in November 2019, you're going to have three big wave of shoppers. You're going to have the first wave, which is me, who's going to pick the console up on day one. You're going to have the Christmas shoppers, which is going to be the biggest wave. That's your second wave. And then your third wave, like I said, that's not going to be a very big wave at all, but it's still going to be a wave of people who got their taxes. That's three waves. If they launch this console at November of 2009, by the time that third wave hits, the people that I said is waiting to get their taxes back, that's going to be around March 2020. So that's going to be the end of November, all of December, January, February, and March. That's going to be about 4.5 months between November 2019 and March 2020. And with those big waves that I was talking about, the first, second, and third wave, how many consoles do you think they're going to sell between then? It's a safe bet that first wave of shoppers like me that's going to buy it day one. What's up, Cyber Dragon? It's a safe bet that they're going to sell at least 1 million units off of that first wave. Then you got the Christmas shoppers, the second wave, which is probably going to be the most crucial wave. But I'm still going to say at least 1 million units for Christmas. Then you got the third wave. The people that's wanting one but don't quite have the money yet, so they're waiting on their tax returns. That's the third wave. And for the sake of making my point, we'll just say the third wave, they'll probably account for about 400,000 units. So at the very minimum, over that 4-month stretch that I'm talking about, we're talking about 2.4 million units sold. In my opinion, at the bare minimum, from November 2019 to March 2020. If they wait until March 2020 to launch this console, all they're going to get, Mac, exactly, Black Friday. You still got to factor that in too. Even though they won't offer any kind of discounts, they still advertise the console on Black Friday. What is up, Uncle Bumpy? What is up? So if they launch this console in March of 2020, there's a pretty good chance they'll be the only ones out there launching a console. But after that first wave of buyers like me that's going to buy it day one, the next wave won't be coming up until like the next Black Friday. So you're going to have about a 6 months gap before you see another huge wave of buyers. So from March 2020 to November of 2020, after that first wave of buyers, me, that buys the console, there is no more wave. And there's no way to predict what the sales are going to be, especially if this console costs $500. It's going to sell good, but it's not going to sell as good as the PS4 did at $400. So I don't think you're going to see this console selling 100,000 units a week like you did, during this current generation. Because the PS4, according to VG charts, it could sell anywhere from 90 to 150,000 units a week in North America. At $500, you're not going to see those kind of numbers every week. You're not going to see those kind of numbers every week. So after that first wave in March 2020, there isn't going to be a big rush of people looking to buy this console until the next Black Friday, until the next Christmas. If you launch it in November of 2019, in terms of waves, you're going to get me first. Then you're going to get the Black Friday shoppers second. Then you're going to get the Christmas shoppers third. Then you're going to get those people who got their taxes back fourth. That's 4 waves of buyers right there. After that, is going to drop off, and whatever they sell, 80,000 units a week, whatever the case may be, those numbers could go up and down until the next holiday, until the next big wave. So if they wait until March 2020 to launch this console, they're going to let that Christmas wave get away. They're going to let that Black Friday crowd get away, and they're going to let that Christmas crowd get away. And between those two crowds, you are I ain't gonna say you thrown away, but you're gonna miss out on at least 1 million units getting sold right out the gate. Right out the gate, with no question. You launch it in March 2020 after that first wave of people buy it. Now you kind of don't really know what's going to happen because people like me who want it bad enough, they're going to find a way to get the money. Now come March, and here's the other thing. Weather's another factor, especially here in Michigan. Once like we hit April or May and the weather starts to get warm and people start getting out and they're not at home as much, they're not going to be playing they're not going to be playing video games as much. That's another reason why they got to hit them in November 2019, because in the north part of America where it snows, everybody going to be inside. They're going to be playing video games more. That is the perfect time to hit them. Switch launched in March, most sold ever console in its first year. Yeah, but keep in mind, Mr. Pyle, that thing launched at $300. I think this PlayStation is going to launch at $500. I do not think, after that first wave of people like me who's going to buy them, if it comes out in March of 2020, after that first wave of people like me, I don't know how many people are going to be jumping up to spend $500. I don't see them selling 150,000 units a week like that. Yeah, Robert McLeod, winter keeps you stuck indoors. You need shit to do because you ain't gonna go outside and fuck with that snow unless you want to go out and go skiing and shit, which I hate the fucking snow. I blame the government for the snow. Now, with me being a hardcore gamer, I'm going to buy the first wave of going to buy that console no matter when they launch it. It's the wave after that I'm talking about. No matter when they launch the console, it's going to sell. The first wave of people are going to buy it. But what I'm saying is if they launch it in March of 2020, they're gonna let the Christmas crowd get away, and they're gonna let that Black Friday crowd get away. And in my opinion, they're gonna miss out on no less than 1 million units being sold if they let those two crowds get away. Tell me I'm wrong. More people are liable to buy this console in December than they will in March. So I think it's going to be about, I think it's going to be about catching those waves of buyers. And then here's another thing to factor. What if Microsoft is racing to get that streaming console out? Matter of fact, they coming out with one. The rumor has it is they launching a discless Xbox in 2019. Currently, without Black Friday, the Xbox One S sells for $300. My guess is this discless Xbox is going to sell for $250 at the most, maybe $200, maybe even $150. But for the sake of making my case, let's say Microsoft gets out in front of them. Let's say Microsoft launches that discless Xbox in, say, the beginning of November of 2019, and they sell that console at $200 or even $150. But I think $200 is going to be the number. If they get that console out before the PS5 comes out, to a parent that don't know shit about video games and all they care about is price, what do you think they're going to buy their child? That $200 discless Xbox or a $500 PS5? That's another reason why 2019 is crucial, because they got to get in front of Microsoft, because Microsoft is going to try to undercut them with this streaming box. The traditional console that they're coming out with, especially if it's supposed to have about the same amount of power as the PS5, they're probably going to sell that at about $500. Now, to the consumer who don't know shit, it's going to be a dogfight between Microsoft and Sony to try to get a hold of that casual gamer that don't know shit about gaming. They might go ahead and spend that $500 on their kid, but don't know which console to get. Now it's up to the sales. Now it's up to the sales pitch as well. Especially if they don't let the kid decide which console they want. Microsoft with this discless console is making another move that's out of the norm. They know that based on customer satisfaction and customer loyalty, they are going to lose the next generation in terms of unit sales. I'm not even sure they'll win it subscription wise, because they're getting their ass kicked on a subscription base. But if they get that discless console out, no disc Xbox, oh god damn, you get tied up trying to say that shit. If they get that shit out before the PS5 at $200, what do you think an unsuspecting parent is going to buy? That $200 Xbox or that $500 PS5? That's why I keep saying the race for 2019 is on. Microsoft's traditional console is not going to beat the PS5, but they may have a chance to undercut them with this $200 no disc Xbox. Jemiah Dixon, from what everybody, the way everybody makes it sound, I'm under the impression that this discless Xbox, god damn, I hate trying to say this shit. From the way everybody makes it sound, it's S. Maybe I am thinking way too deep, sick, but that's the fun of it. It's fun to speculate. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Sue me. Yeah, Mac prices everything to the casual. And if you get that $200 Xbox out before the PS5 comes out, it could cause um it could seriously disrupt PS5 sales. I think a lot of people, if the PS5 comes out first, and a lot of people drop that $500 for that PS5, and then Microsoft tries to come out behind them with an Xbox, a lot of people probably already going to be thinking, I just dropped $500 for a PS5. I'm not trying to, buy shit else out. I ain't trying to buy shit else right now. Of course, none of that matters. But to the sick. Of course, none of that matters. But to the casual person that might be buying this for the child, price is everything. Especially if that cheaper box gets out before the more expensive one does. Mr. Pyle, what is up? Hey, you say I'm crazy. It ain't the first time people call me crazy, and it won't be the last. With me, going with this prediction of November 2019. But I mean, to me, it's not that big a deal because I'm only 4 months off of what the general belief is. The general belief is that it's going to launch in March of 2020. But both Microsoft and Sony, the last two generations, the common denominator of when those consoles launched was the month of November. And they have fought it out fiercely to try to get those Christmas crowds. Microsoft and Sony have fought fiercely to try to gain control of that Christmas crowd. Now, I don't expect this to be any different. Mm-hmm. Exactly, sick. And sick. And even though I do not like the Xbox, and even when the Xbox One first launched in 2013, I was sitting there trying to debate which console do I get first, because the Xbox was $500, the PlayStation was $400, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm not going to drop $900 at once. So I'm thinking to myself, I'll get one of the consoles now and probably come back and get the other one later. So which one do I get first? Because my Xbox friends was telling me that if you want to game with us, you got to get an Xbox because we're not getting a PlayStation. But at the same time, on the PlayStation side, I wanted the PlayStation for the simple fact that I wanted to be able to play MLB The Show, because that's like, in the top 5 of my favorite games, MLB The Show is always going to be in the top 5. So it was a hard decision. Do I want to play MLB The Show, or do I want to game with my friends on the Xbox? But that $500 price tag, that DRM turning it into the prison box, and Donnie D opening his mouth, tipped the scales. That was the deciding blow for me to go with the PlayStation first. Ice Queen Game, I have no idea where Sony will announce the PS5. I just think they're going to do it by March or by April. Is it sick? Do you really think? Do you really think people about to buy a steaming device stuck at 1080p or a powerhouse next gen console? The first wave of buyers like me gonna want that powerhouse console. But to the unsuspecting casual shopper, Christmas is the perfect time for Microsoft to try to slip that $200 Xbox underneath the PS5. Hey, Mr. Pie, I'm gonna put a poll up on Twitter. and see what people think. You know, is it 2019 to 2020 for the Xbox? I mean, for the PS5. At what point does a person say I want all streaming device to play games? I think with this diskless Xbox sick, um assuming I'm thinking one of the selling points of this no disc Xbox is going to be that you can still download your games. Um so what I'm trying to say is I don't think Microsoft is going to, at least this diskless Xbox, I think they're not going to quite call it a streaming box. And one of the things that Microsoft tried to throw up in Sony's face when the Xbox One S first came out was that it had a Blu-ray player. They tried to throw that in Sony's face that it didn't, that it had a that it had a 4K player. When the X came out, they tried to throw that in Sony's face, and now they taking that shit away. So, Sick, you said, so wait, you're comparing the old gen diskless Xbox X versus the PS5? I'm not. Let's put it this way. I'm comparing a possible $200 console against a possible $500 console in terms of trying to attract those those missing uninformed buyers. So I'm guessing that, if this diskless console, if it's a S with no disk drive in it, in my opinion, they got to knock a minimum of $50 off of it. The Xbox One S and the X can't even outsell the PS4. All the more reason for Microsoft to try to slip that $200 diskless box underneath the PS5. There's going to be some parents out there that's going to see that console being $200 versus that PS5 being $500 and going to tell their child, take that Xbox, take it or leave it. Overdone. I have no idea what this diskless Xbox is going to do, but we do know that Microsoft is aiming for the casual gamer. And they know that the casual person is uninformed, and a lot of times all the casual person cares about is the price. They don't take the time to find out what they're getting themselves into. They're not finding out what they're losing by buying a console for $200 versus the PS5 costing $500. Um, they're not really gonna they're not gonna know the difference between the two consoles because they're gonna be uninformed. The only thing they're gonna know is one of them costs $200 and the other one costs $500. And for the casual person, if that Xbox gets out before the PS5 and they spend $200 for that Xbox, I don't know. It's possible they may not come back to the PS5. And you said that Sony will slip a $200 PS4 out there. That's only going to be for a limited time, being that they're getting ready to discontinue the PS4 and replace it with the PS4 Pro. You said, I don't think we lived in an uninformed time anymore. They see Spider-Man and then they buy it. I mean, yeah, I think as far as the kids go, yeah. The kids know what's up. They know the PS4 is where it's at. So maybe I am overthinking this, old dog, but this is still what I believe. I still think that the biggest reason, so take out all the other shit I said. The biggest reason why I think they're going to launch this console in 2019 is because they have shown a pattern of launching consoles in the month of November, both Microsoft and Sony. And if they launch it in November of 2019, like I said, you got the first wave of buyers, me, that's going to buy it. Then you got the Black Friday wave of people that may possibly buy it. Then you got the Christmas shoppers that could buy it. And then you got the people that's going to get their tax returns. That's 4 waves of people over a 4-month period. After March and everybody blow their wad, them taxes and shit like that, then what? When is the next big wave of people going to come? When is that going to happen? Probably not until the next Black Friday, November of 2020. So Jemiah Dixon, if you think about the AMD GPU chart, Sony has about 13 million PS4 left to sell. I do see them making PS4 Pros for $299 and dropping the PS5 in November. November of what? 2019 or 2020? But one thing's for certain. Let's say Sony drops the PS4 down to $200 after Christmas, right? Let's say they make that the permanent price. I think they could possibly run out of PS4s before 2019. At this, right now, the rumor is that these PS5s are flying off the fucking shelf right now for $200 for Black Friday. Sony's going to catch this Black Friday crowd, and then come Christmas, if they knock it down to $200 again, they're going to catch that crowd too. And that's going to eat up a lot of what's left of these $13 million PS4s left that you're talking about, Jemiah Dixon. And then after Christmas, if they knock that price down to the PS4 permanently to run out what's left of them so they can start the transition of the PS4 Pro taking over as the standard PS4, it's possible they may run out of the PS4s before 2019. Wanye Tudor, what is up? Trying to prove to this chat that I don't belong in the nut house, but oh shit, without a doubt, sick. None of this shit puts Xbox in a good position. So that brings me back to Microsoft's history of launching broken consoles in order to try to get a jump on the PlayStation. Microsoft has no quips about releasing broken shit in order to get the jump on Sony. Mr. Pyle, I don't drink. I haven't had a drink in 6.5 years. That's another factor, Handy Andy. I'm glad you brought that up. What's up, Handy Andy? How you doing? It's PlayStation's 25th anniversary, 2019. So it's silly not to expect Sony to do something big next year. That is another one of the rumors, is that they were trying to coincide the launch of the PS5 with the celebration of the 25th anniversary. That's another thing to take into consideration. Hey, sick. I want people to call me crazy. I want them to say I'm nuts for thinking this. That's why I had this. That's why I had this podcast right now. I'm up in the ante. So anybody who happens to just glaze over this fucking title and they see it and they say I'm sticking to my guns, PS5 November 2019. Even if somebody don't listen to this podcast, they might look at it and say, "No, this dude crazy." I want y'all to think I'm crazy. Um, you say if the cheapest console is what determines what parents will buy, how come the Nintendo Switch is outselling the Xbox One S for $200? For one thing, how long has the Xbox been out? You know, this generation since 2013. So anybody who pretty much wants an Xbox already has one. So there's not a whole lot much more they can do to boost sales. You know, they taking it from both ends. You know, they getting their ass whooped by both Sony and and Nintendo. Not to mention that, not to mention that, um, Nintendo seems like they cool with the Nintendo Switch being the side chick. He said, which defeats my diskless point. I don't think it gets any more simple than that, sick. If that diskless Xbox launches right around the same time that the PS5 does, not I won't say not right around the same time. If it launches before the PS5 at $200, um, it it could have a little bit of an effect on the PS5 launch if it launches in 2019. My argument is more than price. Sig, my argument is timing. That's my biggest argument for both Microsoft and Sony is timing. It doesn't get any more simple than that. That if Microsoft gets out in front of Sony with a $200 console, um it could have an effect on some PS5 sales. Maybe, maybe not. But if Sony gets out first, especially if that PS5 comes sells at $400, it's gonna break Microsoft's back. Price comes into play, but I think timing is gonna be the biggest factor. Let me say it again. They launched the console in 2019, November of 2019. They catch the first wave of buyers, which is me and you. Then they catch the second wave of buyers, which is probably going to be the Xbox, the Black Friday shoppers. Then they catch the third wave of buyers, which is going to be the Christmas shoppers. And then, even though it will be a serious drop off, the next wave is the people that's waiting to get the taxes back. After that, I don't know what happens. I don't know if sales are steady. I don't know if it turns into a roller coaster ride. I don't know if it goes up and down. I don't know what happens after that. I just know about the wave of buyers that I'm telling you about. The first wave is going to be me. The second wave is going to be the Black Friday shoppers. The third wave is going to be the Christmas shoppers. And the fourth wave is going to be the tax returns. All right, here. All right, sick. I'm about to open up Sector 21. My guards will guide you into the hangar, and then I'll meet you in the royal discussion room. Copy. Twitter. Paste and send. All right, sick. It is in it's in PPP on Twitter. So my guards await your arrival. Damn. Yeah, Jemiah Dixon, welcome to Wakanda. Trying to see this shit. Robert McLeod, I absolutely agree. So what I'm saying is that in the case of Microsoft, if they get that $200 console out before before the PS5, they'll sell a few of them. But if they get that shit out after the PS5, they're not gonna sell very many of them. Jemiah Dixon, you and me, 2019 or bust. Thank you, my man.
Let me clear my throat.
Let me clear my throat.
Okay.
What is up, my man?
What's up? What's up? Okay, so I'm sitting up. Yo, I ain't gonna even lie, dog. This Red Dead Redemption shit is dragging on now. I gotta be honest, man. That shit was picking up for a little bit, but then when you realize you're doing the same thing over and over and over again, and you literally just being used and doing escort missions, shit gets kind of bland, bro. It gets kind of bland. I ain't gonna even lie, dog. Like at first I was loving what I was doing, but then I'm just like, okay, so this one nigga is completely nuts and trying to get a nigga fucked up over and over and over again. The nigga left me hanging. You know what I'm saying? Left me for dead, bruh. And for some reason, my dumbass character just keep following this nigga. He's blindly loyal to this guy. But I managed to pull myself away from this because you were saying some interesting things. And I told y'all, when I'm gaming, I turn on my subtitles, I turn on my damn Bluetooth speaker, and I listen to podcasts. So I was kind of happy. I was like, oh, Lincoln done went live. Shit, let's hear what he got to say now. But, and correct me if I'm wrong, but what I gathered from what you said, and by the way, my daughter said, even if they drop the price on the Xbox, she wouldn't want that shit.
a lot of people don't.
And that's coming from a 9-year-old dog.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I think, it's crucial that Microsoft is going to try to get that console out in front of the PS5, because they're not going to sell that shit on people wanting it. If they have a chance of selling that shit, it'll be because they got it out first and it was $200.
Now, what you have to take into account is not only are they still manufacturing PS4 Pros, right? But the actual PS4 itself, the slim version, it's still gonna be out there. Gonna be out there.
And they gonna do what they gonna do. So I haven't even
right. But here's your logic, though. Your logic is Microsoft is going to take away, and I mean take away the disk drive, which is the only selling point of the Xbox. Even in Japan, they sell that bitch as a DVD player, right? Because when they market it as a gaming box, niggas is like, you think I'm gonna put down my DS or my Switch or my PlayStation for this shit? Get the fuck out of here. But no. I don't see that happening. Microsoft is in a very tough spot, and it does not get any better from here. Microsoft, even with their Ultra HD player, cannot outsell a Slim that has a standard Blu-ray player in it.
True.
Now, that standard PlayStation isn't going anywhere anytime soon. So if you are indeed right, and I'm not saying that you're wrong, because a lot of shit that you done said have now come to fruition, right? So I'm not going to say you're wrong, but if you are right, you are selling, you're saying that they're going to sell their complete stock of PS4s by the time the actual PS5 launches, if it indeed launches in 2019, right? That's what we're saying. And then you're totally forgetting that the PlayStation 4 Pro still exists. So not only do I now not have a disk drive, but you mean to tell me simply because of price that it's going to not only undercut the PS5, which could be possible, right? If the PS4 Pro still didn't exist. So for a little bit more, you're getting more with the PS4 Pro. Right? So let's say they do drop the price down to $200, which is a possibility. And that would just be the standard price, $150 to $200, no Blu-ray drive. Everything you get is going to be digital. Who the fuck are they finna sell this box to? Do you really think they finna sell this box to a casual person who has to stick their credit card on this shit? No, you're forgetting that most of these people who buying this shit, they're broke. They're broke, my guy. This shit is going to be a Game Pass box, which that's the only other thing I can think that you would even use this piece of shit for, right? And then if the rumors are true, and this is only Xbox One S and not Xbox One X, it makes no sense for you to buy this, because not only are you losing the functionality of a DVD player, which honestly is the only selling point of this box, but you mean to tell me somebody, even if it's a person who know nothing about gaming, is going to be like, you know what? I'm going to get my kid this Xbox One S with no disc drive instead of getting the PS4 Pro. Come on. That is not going to happen. As a matter of fact, I don't believe any person in any gaming outlet will let somebody walk out of the store with that shit, knowing that there's something better that is not that much more expensive. Or they would give them an option and say, hey, but we do have this drive that does have a disc, and we do have this other Xbox that is quote unquote the most powerful console in the US. So again, no matter which way it goes, Microsoft is fucked.
They are. Now
they can release that diskless drive as much as they want, but now you've taken away the only real reason for somebody to want to buy this bitch.
And yeah, I've said that too. They've taken away the one thing that they bragged about, and that was the 4K drive. So now, to me, I don't think this shit gonna sell. What I'm saying is the only chance that it does have to sell, if they try to introduce this console as part of the next generation, the only way this shit has even remotely a chance of selling is if it gets out in front of the PS5. But yeah, I get what you're saying, that the PlayStation Slim is still going to be out there, assuming they haven't run out stock yet. Because if they drop the price of the PS4 Slim to $200 permanently after Christmas, that shit's going to be steady. It's going to sell like hotcakes until they run out.
Right. Now, here's the thing, though. See, you're putting this bullshit without a disk drive in front of the Juggernaut. You can't go through the Juggernaut first, dog. You know what I'm saying? You got to go through the other shit first before you can get to the Juggernaut. That's the great thing about the PlayStation 4 Slim and the PlayStation 4 Pro. You have to first convince somebody not to buy those before you convince them not to buy the PS5.
I get that, but I'm looking at it from the standpoint that if the appetizer gets out before the dinner, they're going to eat the appetizer. Some of them will.
Handy Andy has a point too. What incentive does GameStop have to sell this diskless drive?
I agree 100%. No. I mean, like, I'm not stuttering because he backed me into a corner. He is absolutely right because I believe doesn't Microsoft have a strained relationship with GameStop since they made it clear that they was trying to cut them out with DRM?
Dude, I would never buy another system. My bad, Lincoln. Robert McLeod, I will never, ever buy a video game console from Amazon ever again, dog. As a matter of fact, I don't think I will buy it from any online retailer ever again. It's too much iffy shit that can happen. The beginning of this generation, I bought my first PS4 from Amazon. Release date, guess what? I didn't get my shit until like 10 p.m., dog. Never, ever again will I ever do something that dumb. Online shopping is not the way to go. Not for that. Not for that. Not at all. Sick Humor, would you consider a new Xbox? Hell to the fuck. Dog, a nigga couldn't give me an Xbox right now,
No,
bro.
me neither.
I'm not gonna front with you, Mr. Pio. Like, there's nothing preventing me from getting an Xbox except for the fact that it's a useless piece of hardware, bro. There's nothing about that that's convenient. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing about that that makes me say, oh my God, dude, you do realize when you're playing these games, depending on whether you got a gaming PC or not, you'll know the difference. If you're playing these games on the Xbox, bro, those settings are drastically turned the fuck down, dude. Like, you're not, you might be playing at 4K 30, but you're not playing at 4K 30 with high settings, my nigga. You barely get into 4K, nigga, with the settings that they're using. And that shit is anywhere from like medium, low to medium, bruh.
I'll be the first one to tell you. I think the only people that's gonna buy this diskless Xbox are the mindless motherfuckers that follow Microsoft straight off the cliff, you know, and do whatever Microsoft tell them. They're gonna buy it, and I think, you know, depending on when they put it out there and how much it costs, they're gonna catch a few unsuspecting people.
Bro, imagine this shit, dog. A company tells you, come and buy my box so you can play all the games that everybody else playing. That's the Xbox right now.
And they got enough mindless fools that believe that.
Here's the problem with Xbox too. They spent way too much time trying to get shit together. Had the Xbox One X came out sooner than 2017, they might have had a fighting chance, bro. But the fact that it waited so long to come out, most people who had Xboxes who didn't want to go out and get a PlayStation, guess what they did? They went and built the PC, dog. And you think they finna now go back from playing on their PC where they can get all of the games and really get them at better fidelity and everything like that? Or they gonna stick around with Xbox where the only thing that they have to bolster is slightly better multiplats than slightly better resolutions on the multiplats than the PlayStation 4 Pro.
The minute Microsoft introduced Windows Play Anywhere, as far as people who was thinking about buying a PC, the Xbox was already dead with them right at that minute. I didn't think it had nothing to do with waiting for the Xbox One X or waiting for something stronger than the PlayStation or something like that. The minute they gave you the option to be able to play that shit on the PC with the PC gamers, the Xbox was dead right there.
Yeah, the Play Anywhere did not do Xbox any favors. Or put it this way, it didn't do Xbox consumers any favors. Let me not say it didn't do Xbox any favors, because they still getting the money regardless if you look at it from that perspective, right? So they don't give a fuck if you playing that bitch on the Xbox. As a matter of fact, I'd rather you not play it on the Xbox because I'd rather have a reason to not make an Xbox. And see, Xbox, I have to say it like this. I'm not going to say Xbox fans, but Xbots, they are really ill. They are sick individuals. They are helping Microsoft literally not give them any perks to having an Xbox, and they're just going along with it. They're just going with the flow. Everything that Microsoft say, they're repeating. Oh, why should I be gated behind one device, nigga? Is you retarded? You spent this entire generation talking about how you didn't want a PC. What other device are you playing Xbox games on? Nigga, are you really finna take your tablet, your Surface tablet, with you somewhere, hooking a controller up to it, my nigga? Like, come on, dog. Let's be serious. Are you really finna get on the Xbox app on your phone and play games on your fucking cell phone, my nigga? I don't even like playing cell phone games on cell phones, much less playing an Xbox game on a cell phone. Nigga, tell me how that's gonna work. How you gonna play that Halo 5 multiplayer on your 5.5-inch screen phone, nigga? Like, please explain that one to me. I just don't understand the thought pattern or the logic in this. This is Microsoft telling you that we're gonna offer everything we offered you to other people without the hassle of having Xbox Live and without the fucking hassle of buying our box. And you niggas are saying, oh, thank you, Microsoft. This is so pro-consumer. No, nigga, it's anti-you. It's anti-you. You've bought all these Xbox consoles and you will have nothing to show for it. Everything that you claimed that you hated, now you love. You hated mouse and keyboard, now you love mouse and keyboard. You hated PC because of settings and blah, blah, blah. Now all you talk about is settings, nigga. That's all you niggas talk about. You don't even talk about games because y'all don't play games. Y'all don't buy games. Clearly, Phil Spencer came on stage and said, you niggas don't buy games. He just said it in a really good way. He said it in a really sexy way. He said, hey, since Game Pass, people have been trying more games. You know what that means? You niggas ain't buying games, dog. That's what that means. That's why they're pushing Game Pass to the forefront, because you niggas is so cheap. You don't even support your hobby on the platform you prefer.
You know, first of all, all these mindless people that Phil Spencer's talking to, all these same people got Game Pass. So I don't think there's much more Microsoft can do to attract any more people to Game Pass. You know, the streaming box, the traditional console, all that shit. I don't think there's much more they can do to massively increase the number of subscriptions sold. I just don't think they can do it. As far as Phil Spencer being a con man, I think one of the reasons why he is such a con man is because he instantly came in, you know, like after everybody was pissed at Donnie D and Donnie D got fired. Here come Juggernaut, looking like a gamer with a jean jacket, jeans, Xbox t-shirt, talking about, you know, he gonna put the gamer first.
Yo, Lincoln, tell me this nigga Phil Spencer don't be coming out looking like a character from Sunset Overdrive, dog.
For real. I mean, man, if you painted his head orange, it'd be a fucking pumpkin.
Yeah.
You know what, Robert McLeod, I'm not gonna say he's a good salesman, but I'm not gonna say he's a bad salesman either, because the Xbox actually had a half a brain when they fought against the DRM for a minute. But because they got rid of the man that pissed them off about that shit, I could have came in and been Phil Spencer. I could have walked in with a jean jacket, jeans, and an Xbox t-shirt and said, we gonna put the the gamer first. And I would be Phil Spencer. Yo, and all the PlayStation people would be hating me, but the mindless Xbox would be loving me.
I got a question for you, Lincoln. Did you watch the video with what the fuck is his name? Jason Schreier and Young Ye?
No, you want to know the truth, man? I don't watch him the way I used to. You know, truth be told, man. And this goes back to, I don't mean to make such a long answer, but when I first got on board with YouTube, I was looking for the Young Years. I was looking for the Review Text USAs. But then when I realized that these dudes, because of how many subscribers they got and how they trying to keep that money coming into their Patreon and PayPal and shit like that, they'll kind of say, whatever gets them views. They'll say whatever it takes to get people to drop money into that Patreon. So I was like, I want to get away from them dudes and get it and follow dudes that don't have that kind of viewer base, because people that don't have those kind of subscribers is going to speak from the heart, and that's, and that's why I love people like you and Thrash, Craig, stuff like that. Y'all got a lot of subscribers, but y'all don't got so many subscribers that, y'all going to turn into a machine and just say whatever it takes to get people to drop money into y'all shit.
You know what? This video, though, was pretty interesting, right? Because him, Young Ye and Jason Schreier was having a conversation about gamer outrage and some other shit, right? First of all, let me say you're absolutely right. I don't really listen to people like that. Like, I used to listen to Review Tech, and you know what I noticed, man? I've seen people move throughout the years, dog. And the way I see people move, bro, I still don't understand. Like, the one thing I can't do, dog, is I can't hang out with somebody that I wouldn't like really hang out with in real life, dog. I find it funny how niggas do that shit, right? You sit in a podcast talking to people who you really have nothing in common with these people. You have nothing in common with these folks. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's weird because I see niggas transform into somebody who I never even thought that they would be. But either way, that's besides the point. The purpose of this was Jason Schreier was talking about gamer outrage and how basically what he was saying is niggas need to be nicer to the corporations and nicer to the developers. Like, I'm like, Jason Schreier, bro, shut the fuck up, dog. Like, the nigga already sounds like a bitch, dog. Like, that's number one. He sounds like a bitch. He thinks like a bitch. His logic is so far out of whack. He's talking about you shouldn't say anything about anything unless you talk to the company first. Like, that makes no sense. The company gonna tell you whatever they want you to hear, not what's necessarily the truth. So what the fuck is he talking about? Like, the whole thing with the Diablo and shit like that, like, don't get me wrong. I ain't never gonna tell people not to be upset about some shit. I will say I want to understand why you upset, right? I may not agree with why you upset, but I ain't gonna never tell you not to get upset. He said that gamers, he was, first of all, he said that this has been one of the greatest gaming generations ever. I'm like, fuck you talking about, nigga? Did you just start gaming, bro? Clearly you just started gaming if you think this was one of the greatest gaming generations. To me, honestly, this was one of the worst gaming generations. You know why? Because the companies were not focused on games. They were focused on ways to monetize these games. They were focused on ways to fuck the consumer. That's all this generation has been about. This generation was, how can we provide less and make you think it's more and then require more money from you? I'm like, it was crazy because Young Ye was, I know he didn't agree with half the shit that was being said, but he kept it professional. He was just like, When a nigga give you a non-answer, like, why you talking? You know what I'm saying? You ain't even get through the full statement, but he like, he wants you to shut the fuck up.
Right. And when you said about how this dude was talking about how this is one of the best generations, the first thing hit my head is this dude must be a motherfucking Republican who learned about how microtransactions work. But you know, that takes me back to what I had said before in the past, man. I think in this day and age of monetization, with that taking the forefront, I think Sony has still made it a great time to be a gamer as far as their platform goes. Everybody else is like, you know, almost
I say Nintendo too. I say Nintendo too. I don't like a lot of Nintendo games, but I ain't gonna sit up here and say they haven't been offering games like that new Pikachu, Eevee, and is it Pikachu and Eevee? I think that's what it is. These niggas is smart as fuck, but I'm gonna let you go, dog. My bad. I ain't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, you are good. And as far as you know, Nintendo goes, I'm not really hearing people screaming about microtransactions through Nintendo. I think they just screaming the shit that I'm hearing them screaming about is like, you know, some of Nintendo policies.
Yeah, well, not necessarily, right? Like, I ain't got no problem with Nintendo, man. Listen, I be talking shit about Nintendo, but I ain't got no problem with Nintendo.
I don't either.
I ain't got no problem with them because what Nintendo is doing is they're still trying to offer their consumers games. You know what I'm saying? Like they understood that they couldn't compete on the level of Microsoft and Sony, right? They got that figured out. They like, you know what? Why are we even chasing this fucking pipe dream? Because look at how well that, think about it though. Nintendo saw so far ahead in the future, dog, and niggas was laughing at them the whole time. But they saw that they needed to basically set themselves aside from the rest of the fucking game. They literally took themselves out of the console war, bruh. They took themselves out of the conversation. Like when you say Nintendo is okay with being a side bitch, you say that as if that's derogatory, as if that's a bad thing. But honestly,
no,
that is the smartest thing that I've ever seen happen. They are no longer fighting the PlayStation and Microsoft, let me show you my dick is bigger war. They're not fighting that war no more, dog. They like, nigga, we gonna offer y'all whack-ass multiplats. These multiplats gonna run shitty as fuck, but nigga, we gonna offer it to you on the go. And niggas is like, I can play
Doom on the go? Are you serious? And that's been the selling point of the Switch ever since. As a Switch owner, I can tell you, I barely turn that bitch on, dog.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie. Before the Switch came out, and I learned that that it was gonna be a handheld, I did raise an eyebrow as to how well it was gonna do, being that the Vita, and I guess in some people's eyes, struggled throughout the years.
It didn't. It was the media talking shit about the Vita. But what I will say is, right, the media wasn't all wrong in this scenario. I don't know what the fuck Sony was thinking about with this proprietary memory card shit, dog. Like, don't get me wrong, they didn't want the Vita to get hacked. I hear you, but the Vita still got hacked, nigga. Which means your efforts was useless. The shit still got hacked. Matter of fact, it got hacked so bad to the point where, nigga, you could stick this goddamn cart adapter with an SD card inside that motherfucker, inside the goddamn game thing, and put all the games in the world on the Vita. It's dumb. I keep telling people, you cannot win against hackers. Hackers will always fucking win.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I can say was done smart this generation is Microsoft literally made their box useless. I know y'all give me shit for saying Microsoft's box is useless, but Microsoft's box is attached to the cloud. They can't do anything with any of the information on the system. They can't change the hard drive. They can't move their saves around. They can't do that box is literally useless if you do not log into Xbox Live.
Mm-hmm. But it took 2 generations of shit happening for them to finally figure out how to do it, because I by my own admission, I was burning games on the Xbox 360. And I think people were able to do it for the OG Xbox, not to mention that there was some kind of funky ass thing that looked like a memory card that had a cord attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
Where I think that you could hook it up to the computer and like run every cheat code imaginable, through the Xbox, and games that required you to have to grind for money. You could get that shit to unlock and drop you like millions of dollars and all that kind of shit. Do you remember hearing about that?
No, not with a cord attached. No.
I know it was something like that, but I can't remember exactly how it worked. But I know it was some kind of shit they did to the OG Xbox.
You know what, Overdone? My bad. I'm going to answer this question real quick, and then we're going to get back to what you're saying. You know what, Overdone? I still support gaming, dog. I still support Nintendo, and eventually I will get Smash Brothers, and I will play Smash Brothers online, even though I'm not the hugest fan of Smash Brothers. But I feel like I want to get in on this. I want to get in on this Smash Brothers shit. Plus, you know what I'm saying, Mario Kart Online is still like the greatest. Like, I'm just saying, Mario Kart is lit.
Man, that game. You ever been to Dave and Buster's and seen people lining up to play Mario Kart?
I had no idea Mario Kart was at Dave and Buster's.
Hell yeah, that shit is one of the most popular games inside of Dave and Buster's. When my son was tough on the Switch and he was playing Mario Kart tough, we went to Dave and Buster's, man, and it was like it was so many people waiting in line to play that shit, man. It was like about a half an hour before my son could finally get on and play.
Hold on 1 second. Hey, did you cut up that stuff? Uh-huh. What about the peppers and the onions? Did you cut that up? All right. Thank you kindly. All right, go ahead. Whoa, what the hell is that?
I don't know. I thought you was about to start dropping beats in here.
Nah, that ain't me.
It's modern day slavery.
Minimum wage ain't a wage. Turn the page. They just turning us to modern day slaves. Be grateful for the crumbs, you little bums. Back in the days, you wouldn't have been paid. Hey, that's too much, though. Keep going.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
What the hell is that? Is that Ian?
Yeah, I'm here.
Ian, what is up, my man?
Hey, Ian, I don't know what the hell is going on with your thing, but oh, never mind. There, wait. Bro, it sounds like you shooting at us through the headphones, dog. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it do sound like an automatic BB gun.
Yeah.
So it's probably because I'm on my phone. I'll go to my PC.
Okay, yeah. That's probably that could probably be it. That could possibly be it. But you was gonna say something, Ian? I mean, damn, I just called you Ian.
No, I had already said what I was going to say about, how long my son had to wait to play Mario Kart at Dave and Buster's. It was crazy. I couldn't believe that game was still popular inside a place like Dave and Buster's when you could play it anywhere.
Hell yeah. See, that's the thing, man. Like, I'm gonna buy Mario U when it comes to the Switch. I don't know if it already came to the Switch, but when it comes to the Switch, I'm gonna buy Mario U. Like, the thing is, Nintendo's games are fucking fun, dog. Like, regardless of what you think about them, except for Zelda. Zelda is the exception. That shit is trash. That shit is boring. It's all goddamn outdoors. I'm gonna give it one more try though, Mr. Pio. I know you still in here, bro. I'm gonna give it one more try. I'm gonna try Zelda one more time because I did give Red Dead Redemption 2 a try. And I paid $99 to get that motherfucker another try. And honestly, it started picking up. And then it just... that ain't no game of the year to me, dog. See, God of War, I couldn't put that bitch down. I had to play that motherfucker 24 hours a day. Nigga, I was playing God of War more than I was sleeping, my nigga. Like, that's how trill God of War was. I don't get that same feeling with Red Dead, man. I really don't even think Red Dead beat out Spider-Man because when you start looking at what you're doing a lot of repetitive shit, dog. And like you start noticing that you're either giving somebody some type of health potions or you're escorting somebody from one place to the next. I mean, and you're going, how many times can you rob the same damn train the same goddamn way? Like, I'm just saying, dog, like, it's just not that great, dog. Like, don't get me wrong, the attention to detail, you know what I'm saying? Like, that is something that's just, like, astronomical with this game. But everything else is just like, dog, we doing this? We doing this again? The missions we doing this again? Like, that's kind of what's happening, man. Like, I don't know if any of y'all feel that way, but I really feel that way, dog. Like, the game ain't bad though. That's what I will say. It ain't bad. I still stick by what I said. I think it's a solid 7, dog. I give it a solid 7. Nothing more, dog. Nothing more, because I still had a whole bunch of glitches. Some of the missions don't make no goddamn sense at all. Like, I don't even know why, bro. Why did we go to Gorma? Why did we end up in Gorma? Why am I constantly like, I wish you could truly make all the decisions you want to make. Because if I could make the decisions that I truly want to make, I'd have killed Dutch ass a long time ago. I knew this nigga was a snake. He's either a snake or he's lost his fucking mind. And I know he's a snake. The nigga left me in the oil place, in the oil factory. He left me to die. These niggas bust through the other door. That nigga hauled ass. He wanted me to die right there, dog. He wanted me to die right there, dog. I'm just like, man, bro, fuck this nigga, dog. Like, and I don't know, man. It is what it is.
I said I would revisit, Red Dead, and I know you said you shouldn't, take what people said into account.
Man, red box that shit if you want to revisit it. Don't spend your money, bro.
Yeah.
If you want to revisit it just so you can make sure that this ain't the game for you, I've never really told people to red box anything but this. Red box that shit. Red box it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because I will tell you this: if I do decide to buy this game, whenever it happens, whether it's a month, 6 months from now, whatever the case may be,
right,
I will buy the physical disc. So if I do end up buying it and end up not liking it, it will be, I can at least get some of my money back. Because once
or go to GameStop and buy it used. Go to GameStop, buy it used.
Fuck them.
Play it for 6 days and then return that bitch.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
And you'll get all your money back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's it. You ain't ever heard of the GameStop rental service? Dog, their policy is if you return the game within 7 days, dog, you get your full money back. Just make sure you pay it cash. Make sure you pay it cash or debit. So when you do take it back, you get your money right back right then and there.
Oh, okay. That's different.
Yeah, man.
That changes things.
Yes, sir.
Alabama Jones, what's up?
I get it, Mr. Payo. You think Red Dead 2 is a solid 10 out of 10, bro. No, it ain't. It just isn't.
How you doing?
Goddamn, Vieira here?
Good.
Oh, man.
You know, I didn't even know you was in here. I was saying hi to you from the chat.
I had no clue she was in here. I saw her in the chat. I didn't know she was in here, though.
I was on the Twitter page, you know, responding to people that's following me so I could follow them back. And then I jump over here and I saw her hand clap in the chat. And I was just saying what's up to her, not even knowing that she was in here with us.
Hey, Mr. Payo, I am at the point where Dutch has almost betrayed me. And I'm still sick with tuberculosis. How much more of this game do I got left, dog? Like, I'm really just ready to be done with it, dog. I don't even think I'm going for the platinum. And that's weird because usually I'll go for the platinum. But this shit is just, bro, I ain't finna be out there shooting birds and fucking scanning wolves and nah, dog. Nah, fam.
So, Vieira, what are you playing these days? And tell us what you think about the PS5. It's November 2019. You gonna smoke crack with me, or you gonna go with March 2020?
Oh shit, I'm at the end. Wait, I'm sorry. What did you just say, Lee?
I just want to finish.
Wait, did you just say she going to smoke crack? What?
Yeah,
No, listen. I said I was asking her about the PS5. I said, you think it's gonna come out in November of 2019 and smoke crack with me because that's what everybody think I'm doing, or are you gonna go for March 2020?
I've been saying somewhere like 2019, towards late 2019 and early of 2020. I was like smoking crack, like what the fuck? I'm not in this conversation.
Yo, all I heard was smoking crack, dog.
Yeah,
I'm like,
too.
wait, what? What the hell?
It's like, hey, 2019, man, you smoking crack. So what you think, Vera?
About the PS5?
Yeah.
Shoot. I've been hearing so much about it. I just don't know. I'm just really like kind of skeptic a little bit because I'm just like, when it comes, it comes. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I mean,
so humor me and have some fun and take a crack at it. When you think?
Take a crack at it. Nah, I ain't gonna do that. But I don't know how I feel right now. It's like all over the place. It's like all the news is all over the place. So I can't really say anything. That's why I'm like, I have no comment.
Yeah.
Yo, to be honest with you,
I've been saying this in my podcast for November 2019.
I'm not talking to you, Leia.
This time I upped the ante by putting it in the title of my podcast. So I upped the ante and put it out there to anybody that happens to happen to glance across this title as this surfing YouTube. So they either gonna say he was smoking crack or he was right.
One way or the other. One way or the other.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like Lincoln he be right on some weird shit. Like nigga, I would have never thought he would have been right about some shit like this. That's why I don't doubt nothing that nigga said. I just be sitting back like, what? I don't know now. I don't know. I might disagree, but I don't know. Yo, I got so many friend requests. My bad, yo. If anybody tried to add me and I ain't add you, it's because I really didn't know that y'all even sent me a friend request. Like, I don't even know who these people are, dog. Deranged Lemming, Mr. Assassin 11, Lord Halogen. Okay, that's Halogen Gaming right there. I'll accept him. I know who that is. Friend request.
I'm back.
Bahrain X big X small X underscore B4H R41. I know this nigga want to change his name. I know he want to change his name.
So sick. Let me get your thoughts on Skyrim being game of the year.
I'm sorry, what?
Skyrim VR being VR game of the year?
For what?
That's what I don't know. This is coming from Polish Paul, so I haven't followed up on it yet.
I have absolutely no clue. If it did win, it didn't come out this year, did it?
Yeah.
Skyrim VR came out this year?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, if it won, bro. Ain't nothing that can really be said, dog. Like, I can't really say that it's wrong or it's right. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I can say is, hey, they won. Like, you know? But I don't know who they would have won for because the gaming awards ain't until like December the 7th. So we don't know any of those winners unless that was for the joystick game award. As a matter of fact, I don't even know why I'm asking you this. Obviously, if that person said that is public information. So let's do this. You know, Skyrim VR wins Game of the Year.
Maybe it's for the VR category.
The VR category. Is that the joystick awards?
Let me do the same thing.
Skyrim VR is PlayStation VR's most played game. I remember seeing that a long time ago. Well, the next big blah blah blah. The Elder Scrolls Skyrim. Game of the Year 2017. The winners voted by you. I don't know.
That's last year.
VR Game of the Year. Cloudhead, the Gallery Clown game, blah blah blah, and Double Threat from Bethesda, Fallout 4 VR, and Skyrim VR, to name a few.
Yeah, these dates that I'm seeing is October 17th, 2018, October 16th.
Yeah,
I don't see anything updated.
No.
I see VR Awards 28. Let's see. Okay. VR Award 2018 sees the Gallery Episode 2 win VR Game of the Year. What the fuck is sees the Gallery? What is the Gallery? I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Cloud has the Gallery Crown Game of the Year at VR Awards 2018. Whatever the fuck that is. The Gallery, Heart of Stone, Emberson wins VR Awards 2018 Game of the Year. This is October 17th,
right?
2018. And then what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
How the fuck does a VR game win Game of the Year on October 16, 2018, and then a different game wins it the very next day?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know, man. I don't I mean, again, like everything else, man, we got to stop putting so much stock into these companies, dog.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, not into these companies, but into these award shows, dog. These aren't even really our votes. Like you heard that only 10% of our votes actually go towards the game awards, whatever. You know what I'm saying? They have a panel who picks the actual winners, dog. It's like the Electoral College, bro.
Yeah, that's what fucks you up in the States.
Yeah, so that's kind of how they do the game awards, bro. So I don't know if we can because they could literally be paid off in the background to make a certain game win.
Yeah.
When you got shit like that, you know what I'm saying? It's not really the people's choice.
Yeah.
Which I thought, you know, because when
but I'm not saying that that's what they do. There's no tinfoil hat moment.
No. I was about to say that because when Craig mentioned that the Game Awards was going to be televised by CBS after the football game goes off, I said the first thing in my head was, here comes the fuckery. Microsoft go find a way to slip one of these goddamn games in to get some kind of award.
I think they do that by default, though. I think everybody has to leave winning something, right? And like, here's what I think, right? I think Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to take Game of the Year, not because it's my Game of the Year, but because being that it's majority rules or whatever, the people who actually voting on this shit, because, you know, only 10% of our votes actually give a fuck, you know, actually count. You know what I'm saying? The people are going to go based off of popularity. And let's just be honest, it is at this moment the most popular game. Yep. I mean, God of War can't be the most popular game. That shit came out months ago. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Spider-Man ain't really going to be the most popular game at this time because right now, Red Dead Redemption is what's clear in everybody's mind. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be Spider-Man. It's not going to be God of War. It's not going to be what was on there, Celeste. It's not going to be Celeste, and it's not going to be
Monster Hunter.
And it's not going to be Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter World is definitely not taking Game of the Year. Without a doubt, that shit is not taking Game of the Year.
It's not.
But I definitely think Red Dead is going to win because I think God of War and these other games are going to win in other categories because the sound is not great in Red Dead. It's just not. It's just not. So some other game is going to have to take that award. But, you know, it is what it is, man. To be honest with you, I don't really care about the Game Awards. I think the biggest highlight for me at the Game Awards is the announcements that come out. And since Jeff Keighley loves sucking off Kojima, that's probably going to be when,
my God. Wow.
You know what I'm saying? That's probably going to be when Kojima announces, like, you know, the release date for Death Stranding and shit like that. I think that is slated for the Game Awards since Sony's not having any of their awards. I mean, not any of their awards, but since Sony is not having anything this year.
And that's the biggest thing everybody's still talking about for a while.
Well, I don't know. I guess
no, Mr. Payo, I'm not admitting that Red Dead Redemption 2 is the best game ever. I'm admitting that it's the most popular game at the most popular game at the moment. Popular doesn't mean good. Fortnite is the most popular game if we really want to go there. You know what I'm saying? And that shit just won Game of the Year over Red Dead. So, you know, like that's just what it is, brother. That's just what it is.
Might even get a release date for Ghost of Tsushima. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely, honestly, by playing this game, no bias, no bullshit, God of War, and it's still my game of the year. Red Dead is, it's okay, man, but it's just, no.
It's fetch quests.
I could say a whole bunch of shit, but I don't want to spoil the game for people. Don't worry, I'm gonna do that on my own channel. I ain't gonna fuck Lincoln Clay channel up by by fucking spoiling this game for y'all. I ain't gonna do that. Let's continue on with the show, Lincoln.
All right. Y'all give me something that y'all want to talk about because myself, assuming that these PSVR games that I've been talking about, you know, for the last day or so, assuming that they still come out at midnight, I'm going to be streaming some at midnight because I'm hoping that, you know, Beat Saber will be there at midnight.
You know what I'm glad about? I'm glad that them Bethesda checks didn't clear. I'm glad that people are actually speaking about how they feel about that travesty that is Fallout 76. I've never wanted a game to fail. Like I want Fallout 76 to fail.
It's not.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
It's not finished yet. They still got one more avenue.
I don't give a fuck about it. I just want that game to fail.
And that's why I was saying they got one more avenue because Bethesda's already put Skyrim and Doom on VR. So I wouldn't be surprised if, like I said, in the next year or two, I wouldn't be surprised if Fallout 76 comes to VR. If it comes to PlayStation VR.
I want Todd Howard and Pete Hines to feel this L. Fuck niggas. I really want them niggas to feel this L. The reason why I want them to feel this L is because look at all the bullshit that they did at the beginning of this year, and then they released this travesty. Then you release this god awful game. Oh, we would love to do crossplay, but Sony's not being particularly helpful. Oh, really? Then Sony's like, oh yeah, let's bring this crossplay shit, nigga. Bring it on. Bring on the crossplay. Oh, well, we never really had intentions on doing crossplay. We just, you know, we was trying to help out.
No. Before he don't forget the one where he said that you know, all games, you know, must be crossplay or some shit, or will not be on any platform that doesn't go along with
the card game. Yeah, I forgot all about that.
Don't forget about that. Don't forget about that.
Are the cards, man.
That's what made me had an emergency podcast at like 3 in the fucking morning because I was doing a game stream and a couple of people came in here and told me about that, and I dropped what I was doing and jumped up and had an emergency podcast. Furious. And honestly, I think I was one of the people that Randall Thor might have been talking about when he was saying, I'm seeing all these videos about who does Bethesda think they are, you know, because that's what my shit said. That my podcast said, who are these Bethesda clowns to threaten Sony?
Well,
I said
you
the
know
same
what?
thing. I said the same thing. I don't know if I put it in the title, but
I mean,
I
yeah,
for sure
you
said
you was
something
you,
like
you
that.
were saying that too, and so I think you was included in that too. You know, but yeah, but that was the word that Randall Thor used where he was like, I'm seeing these videos of people talking about who is Bethesda, you know.
Good. Fucking I hate. Listen, okay, I'm gonna tell you what I hate, right? I hate these pointless ass multiplayer games. I'm sorry, I do. I bought Overwatch though, so if anybody trying to, help a nigga get, acclimated to that Overwatch, I just bought Overwatch for $20. For
Man.
$20. That's what I feel like it's worth, man. I've saw this game for years, and I got the legendary edition. I don't know what the fuck that means, but it was a legendary edition for $20.
It has everything in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have that one.
Oh, so they sold me a full game. Oh, thank you. How can I ever repay you for selling me the whole game, the complete game? Come on, dog. I saw people saying that people shouldn't review Fallout for 2 months. Like, what the fuck? Fuck you mean?
Right. Hey, Raymond Robinson, everybody just wants that sweet Sony taste.
Yep, the harder the cards, man. The harder the cards.
Yo, it's crazy, man, because I'm just like, bro, like, you don't go to a car lot, spend $30,000 on a car, and then let the people at the car lot tell you, hey, man, I know the engine knocking. Eventually we'll fix it, my nigga. Just go ahead and drive off, dog. Eventually we'll get to it. We'll call you. Don't call us, we'll call you. Like, what the fuck is that, dog? Why is it in video games we have to accept unfinished garbage ass piece of trash games? That includes Sea of Thieves. That includes Fallout fucking whatever the fuck this shit is, 76. That includes all of these games that these people released knowing that they weren't finished with the game, knowing that the game was not complete. Complete the fucking game, then sell it to people for $60. Don't sell me a half-ass game and then promise me the rest of the game later. You know why? Because Telltale promised a full game and then they went out of business. Yeah, people paid the full amount for the goddamn game, but guess what? They didn't even know if they were going to get the rest of the game. Like, you can't sell somebody, especially in a situation like this, right? You can't sell somebody a game that can potentially go under. Because if it goes under, now we just invested in something that we can't even recoup our money from.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Dog,
what?
that's crazy.
You know what? What happened if Fallout was like a telltale game? You know, what happened like a storyline like that? And they went to episodes or different episodes or something.
That's what happened. That's what happened with Telltale game. With the last season of Walking Dead, the last episode of Walking Dead. People paid for the full game. And then, oh shit, we closing our doors. Sorry. And then people was up in the air like, yo, we gonna get the rest of the game or a refund? Like, how this gonna work?
They never got the refund?
Nah, they ain't giving out no refunds, but I think they're gonna finish the game now. I think somebody else picked up the game and they're gonna finish it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know, corporations don't play that shit. They take money but don't give it back.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. That's why I'm saying don't sell somebody a fucking unfinished game, bro. Don't do that. Finish the game, then sell it to people. If it's trash while you're making it, it's going to be trash when you give it to people.
Mm.
And right now, everybody's a critic. If I have a bad experience with a game, I'm going to get right on YouTube and I'm going to get at least 1,000 people to hear me bitch about this game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. That's why I say finish the fucking game, dog. How did we get to this point as consumers where we're okay with getting day one patches? We're okay with getting unfinished products. I mean, that's why I kind of hate the fact that they could send out these over-the-air patches, dog.
Yeah, I mean, this shit didn't happen until it was such thing as the internet.
Yeah, exactly. Because now it gives them no incentive to finish. Now they're just trying to meet deadlines just to push the game out.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But we are the consumers. We're the ones who lose. They don't lose. They don't lose shit unless the game goes under. but we lose everything.
And it makes you, yeah, I agree.
I'm just saying, that's how I feel about this shit, dog. I just sit back and I'm just like, bruh, are we really just? And then you got people who start taking the corporation side, like, dog. I'm just like, bro, you're the consumer, dog. At what point do you think about yourself? Stop thinking about these billion-dollar companies. They gonna be all right.
Ooh. I just went to N4G, and the top story was Angry Gamer tore store down because he couldn't return Fallout 76.
You saw that shit?
In typical fashion, it was a nigga.
Yo, he fucked that shit up. He fucked that store. I didn't know it was really about Fallout. That's crazy that it was really about Fallout.
I'm about to watch this video, man. Let's see if how bad he tore this motherfucker up.
Oh, he tore that bitch up, dog.
He did. It's all
he tore that shit up, dog.
You know what? He reminds me because I just wrote down like, man, this is kind of sad. I know it's frustration, but that causes stores to shut down because they had to clean that up.
Man, I don't give a fuck, nigga. That's shit. He's justified by that trash.
Yeah. I mean, he's justified. I just said I understand the thing, but hey,
God damn!
Take that to Todd Howard. Throw his ass out. I don't know. That's Todd Howard's fault.
Yo, he fucked that store up, dog.
Oh shit!
The bad part about it is now he's on camera and probably going to go to jail. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he did. I mean, yeah, I'm not saying he did, but yeah, that will be.
When a game make you that upset, though, dog, that this is the result, it's a terrible game. Yo, okay. Tell me this, chat. Since y'all niggas is here, bruh. At what point when you started playing video games did you say to yourself, I want to make my own journey. I want to make my own adventure. Nigga, I don't play games to be creative, nigga. I play games to play other people's creations, my nigga. That's why I don't play Minecraft.
Shit.
The fuck? Oh, I bought The Forest, though. I'm definitely gonna play that shit. I bought that shit.
I'm gonna get that for the PlayStation.
I got it on the PlayStation. It's on sale right now. It's on sale.
What game is this?
The Forest.
Okay.
It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, you're on a plane and you crash and you've got to try and survive. And there's some really horrible.
Okay. I remember the game now.
I do have to say, I thought The Forest was just a joke about Sony's games. I really thought it was. I didn't know it was an actual game called The Forest.
Yo, what? Yo, that's crazy.
The forest of exclusives.
Yo, yes. Shout out to my nigga Ian looking like Adam Sandler, nigga. Shout out to my nigga Ian. Yo, he got the bowl cut it all, nigga. Facts. Facts.
Yeah, it's on point.
But yeah. You should definitely get The Forest.
Yeah, Ian looked like somebody just about to drain your motherfucking bank account from his keyboard.
Yo, low key, look like he got a few codes, nigga. He got a few cheat codes to life. Low key, you gonna cook that stuff? Yeah, but you might as well cook it since you already cut it up. All right, yeah, go ahead and do that though. Cut it up. I mean, cook it. You already cut it up. Fix me a sandwich, woman.
Oh my god.
Oh, he up here going Ike Turner. Come on now, anime. We need that sandwich now. Come on now, I'm hungry now.
That's all, folks.
No. It's come on now, anime. Now, we don't be here 24 hours a day.
Come on,
oh man, the funniest part of that movie when he got mad at her for not singing that song right, he was like, "God damn it, anime, put some stank on that shit."
Yo, nah, hell no, that nigga's crazy.
Sounds like Xbox fans, doesn't it?
Nah, I'm sorry. Ike was crazy as a motherfucker, dog. That's the only motherfucker I seen could live with you and rape you at the same time. Like, this shit is wild, dog. Like this nigga, he just didn't want to wait, dog. He got on that cocaine, nigga. When his dick said go, it said go, nigga. Like whether you was ready for it or not, nigga.
Talk about
when he got ready to when he went to beat that chick ass up in a restaurant, he was like, when she put that cake in his face, he's like, oh, you done lost your motherfucking mind now.
Yo, she said so many times she didn't want the damn cake. No, you know, Angela Bassett, she's like, nah, I'm all right, Ike. It's okay. No, I'm okay. Now, come on now, Anime. Why you gonna embarrass me up in here with these people? Man, go ahead and eat the cake now. Go ahead and eat the cake now, Anime.
Oh, God.
Yo, I was like, when she got on her shit, dog, when this motherfucker started putting the makeup on backwards and shit, like going into demon mode, and she was like, Nam yo rengekyo. I was just like, yo, you know what? You know what? That's it. She done had it with your shit, Ike. She done had it up to here with your shit, Ike. And right after that, she beat the fuck out that nigga in the limousine.
That last one when he whooped her ass with that boot and told her, hold your head up. Yeah, that dude was rough.
Talk about Ike Turner. He was on People's Court years ago.
Yo, fuck that nigga Ike Turner, bro. You don't do no fucking person. You don't do nobody. I don't give a damn. You don't do nobody like that, dog. That shit was just wild, dog. How do you live with yourself after you done did that to somebody, bro?
You know who else was tripping? You see that interview with James Brown when that woman was asking him about his high speed chase with the police and about him beating up his wife, and he answered, "Living in America."
Yo, listen. First of all, just take one look at James Brown, dog. This nigga always wore a woman's haircut, bro. Like you can't take no nigga like that serious, bro. Like he always looked like he was ready to run from the police. Nigga, like this nigga wasn't like, come on, dog. Cocaine was a hell of a drug back in those days, dog. And everybody did it, bro. Everybody fucking did it, dog. So, yo, nah, man. That nigga was on some different shit. But I seen Michael Blackson on one of them court shows too. I seen him on one, the bullshit motherfucker. Yeah, he was on that too. And then I seen one nigga from California. Y'all niggas from California be wildin', boy. Niggas from California be wildin', dog. This nigga told the judge, he was like, hey, cuz. He was like, nah, cuz, you ain't gonna talk to me like that, cuz. I'm a grown-ass man, cuz. And then the judge was like, who the hell are you talking to? He was like, you, man, you go, yeah. It was what I thought. The nigga had braids. He had the braids. He looked like the stereotypical nigga. I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
He must have been that might be North California. That sounds like something from North California.
Yo, that nigga say, what's up, cuz? He was like, if you come from behind that, he was ready to fight the judge. I was like, this nigga wildin', bro. I'm like, dog, this nigga could hold you in contempt and fuck up your weekend right now, nigga. Like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up and go. Let this nigga talk all the shit he want. That nigga was like, yo, cuz, you ain't gonna talk to me like that, cuz I'm a grown man, cuz. I'm like, yeah, all right, fam. All right, fam. Yeah, we gonna see you later. Yo. Hey, whoa, damn. Okay, so Sony's big Black Friday bundle is already selling out in the USA. That is crazy.
Wow.
Bro, I don't know where Sony getting their data from. But these niggas know all the right moves. I'm like, bro, these niggas ain't advertised a Pro yet.
You know what? But this happened last year, if I'm not mistaken. Last Black Friday, if I'm not mistaken, Microsoft sold the Xbox One S for $189 with no game, and they sold the PS4 for $199. And I believe I can't remember if it had a game with it, but one thing I do know that Sony did was Sony undercut them because they let those things be sold on Black Friday like 2 or 3 days before the Xbox was able to get sold on those Black Friday sales.
Mm-hmm.
So that was definitely a chess move right there.
But you know what? I think it's all about word of mouth. It's all word of mouth and what they see on the internet these days. That's how they get their information.
But that goes back to that saying that if you build it, they would come. You know, Sony they catered to the hardcore gamer, and it grew from there. Microsoft skipped over the hardcore gamers and tried to go straight after the casuals.
TV. That's what.
Yeah, sometimes you just want to watch TV. I mean, damn.
No, If that's all they sold. They sold it as a TV product.
But listen, Xbox had analytical data that showed that niggas don't buy games, right? So if they don't buy games, we need to sell them on something else. What else can we sell them on? Let's sell them on TV. Let's sell them on Ultra HD Blu-rays. Yo, they finessed the fuck out of these people out here, man. I kind of feel bad for them.
No,
feel bad for them, man. I just a little bit, Ian. Just a little bit, dog.
Okay.
Because they thought they, like, you got niggas who bought Xbox One S's thought they was getting a 4K console. Like, I don't even know what to tell them, dog. Like, this is what they thought. And I don't know, man. It's just a wild time to be a gamer right now, man.
I think Sony has made it a great time to be a gamer. Everybody else is what's wrong with gaming. Microsoft, EA, Bethesda, yeah. All the motherfuckers give gaming a bad name.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what? I will actually agree with you because that was the whole Yanya and the other guy Jason. That's what the argument was about.
So you saw that then?
Yes, Jason. All he did was like defend everything. He was blaming people. He got so defensive to the point I'm sitting here looking at this dude like he's getting sick because people criticizing developers and gamers. And developers and journalists, and I said the real reason why they're pretty much criticizing because y'all getting defensive and you blame the gamers for everything that's going on.
Yo, this man started talking about capitalism, dog. I was like, whoa, wait a minute, what are we talking about here, dog? This was like, well, you know, the working environment for the developers have to get better. This crunch time, I'm like,
they decided to do that on their own.
Here we go with this nonsense, dog.
And then the other thing that I hate is that every time some developers try to put out some bullshit ass monetization schemes, that they try to keep hitting from people until the last minute. And then once they cover get blown and everybody get upset, then here comes somebody saying the gamers, act entitled. That shit burns me up. That word entitled, motherfucker. I'm giving you my money. How the goddamn right I'm entitled. I expect some shit for my money.
Exactly. I mean, I don't understand where Jason Schreier was coming from. I've been stopped really liking Jason Schreier because he just always come off as a pompous prick all the time. I mean, and that's just him. And the thing is, I hate those people who play like fake nice guys and shit like that. Like, really, dog? I'm sitting here listening to you, bro. You telling us, we should be worried about the working conditions of niggas who chose to work for a development team or publisher. And then you talking about, they should unionize so they get better working conditions. Nigga, they not in no slave shop, dog. What the fuck are we talking about? Right? Again, why do I give a fuck about the nigga producing the shit? I just want a good product when it's produced. I don't give a fuck how it had to get to that point, dog. Do you think every piece of clothing you walk in the store and buy, are you worrying about the niggas who make the shit? No, you're not. When you go into the fucking the grocery store and you go to the fruit aisle, are you thinking about which motherfucker picked these fruit? No. You're not thinking about that. When you go out and buy these bullshit ass Apple iPhones, are you really worried about who the fuck is making the phone? No, you're only worried about, am I getting a good product? That's where we lose direction. And I hate to be so loud, y'all. I apologize.
Oh no, let it out.
That's where I hate when we get to this point where we start worrying about shit that don't fucking matter, dog. I don't give a fuck about how the fucking chicken got killed, dog. All I know is when that bitch hit my plate, it just better be good, nigga. That's it. I don't care how it got to that point. I don't care who plucked the chicken. I don't care who fucking took the eggs and the guts and the giblets and all of that shit from out the chicken. I don't give a fuck about that. All I know is when I purchase a product, that product should be good. Yeah. That's it. I don't need to know the inner machinations of development teams. I am not a human rights worker, nigga. That ain't my job. That's somebody else's title. That ain't Jason Schreier's title either. Jason Schreier is supposed to be an unbiased media outlet worker for Kotaku. That's who the fuck Jason Schreier should be. Jason Schreier is becoming best friends with these motherfuckers and not knowing the full story, dog. Like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah,
We
that's
live
all
in America, dog. No job out there can make me work for them, dog. You know what you have to go through in order to work for these companies? You have to fill out an application. You have to go in for a fucking interview. You have to pass said interview. You probably got to pass drug tests. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, however you got this contract to work for this company, you had to go through a process to do it. Now, when you finally got the job, if the job wasn't all you fucking hoped for, leave the fucking job, dog. The day I stop liking my fucking job, I leave my job and I go find a new job. That's how hard is it, bro? And I'm black in America with dreads, bro. And I'm a big nigga, bro.
The only thing I can say about the iPhone thing, you can't. They have no choice out there. The iPhone one, they have no choice.
So you have. I don't give a fuck. I don't listen. If I cared about iPhones, it might be the same with these Android phones I have. They probably being made in the same sweatshop. I don't give a fuck what it took to get me that phone, bruh. It's for that country and those people to worry about how that phone is getting made. Me, I'm a consumer of whatever company I choose to buy this product from. When I buy this product, as long as that motherfucker work, I don't care how it got from the warehouse to the store to my home. That's not for me to worry about, dog. When you go looking for dumb shit like that and you find something that you don't like, then you go complain about it. I'm not finna go and complain about it. If these niggas chose to work these jobs and develop these games and they got a problem with their working conditions, they live in America. If they don't live in America, they live in Canada. If they don't live in Canada, they live in Europe. They live in first world countries. They don't live in third world countries. This is not like the Chinese sweatshops. No, this is not like them places in Taiwan. This is not like them places where they got to put nets because niggas is jumping out of windows. No, these people go and sit in a comfy fucking office every goddamn day. And I'm supposed to feel sorry for these niggas? Come on, dog. What are we talking about, man?
Yeah, I feel you.
Okay,
Bro, you go work in a look. Lincoln go work in a warehouse, right? That's where you work, like manufacturing or some shit like that, right? Right, Lincoln?
Yeah, I work in the factory. I've worked in the factory pretty much all my life.
Should niggas feel sorry for you because you get up every day and go to this motherfucking job to make money to feed your family and for you to have spare money to play VR games and buy new TVs from Hisense H9s?
Hey, but I definitely talked about this on more than one occasion. I already said I'd rather be told like the way factories work, at least I don't know about across the nation, but at least here in Michigan, if I have to work overtime, like if I have to work Saturday, they have to give you like 48 hours notice. They have to tell you by Thursday. I would rather get told on Thursday you have to work Saturday than we're laying you off. And it's like I said, it is all the overtime that I have worked that allows me to buy TVs and a shitload of games and stuff like that. You know, like everything I own, I don't own much, but everything I own is paid for because I worked my ass off to pay for it.
Right.
And I'd rather that than to be homeless.
Nah, but I mean, again, the place where you work, you chose to work there.
Yeah, so I mean, you ain't gonna hear me complaining like I can't stand this motherfucking place. I know how to get up and leave.
Listen, no. Apparently, these people are coming to your house, dragging you out of your house, taking you to the factory, and making you work there. If we are to go by how these entitled fucking pricks sound, oh my god. I really want to know what world this nigga live in, dog. Like, if I spend all these years going to college, right, to get a degree, you know what I'm saying? Why in the world would I work somewhere I don't want to work? Why would I be employed somewhere where I don't want to be employed? These are not normal people going to jobs where they make $7.50 an hour or some crazy number like that. These people are making hundreds of thousands of dollars. But me, the little man, me, the person who's going to spend my $60, should be worried about what these developers are going through at their job. It's not my problem, fam.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my problem, dog. What my problem is that when you produce a product, when your name is in those credits, I want to know that I got a quality product.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I care about. I don't care about how the product had to get there. I don't care how many hours you had to work. I don't care how long you were sitting behind a computer looking at ones and zeros and programming shit. I don't give a fuck about that. I don't know why other people do. Like I said, this week alone, bro, last week alone, bro, I worked 130 hours, dog.
God damn.
Yeah.
130 hours, nigga. Don't feel sorry for me, though. I'm good. I chose to work those hours.
Mm-hmm.
Do not feel sorry for me, bro. Because I ain't gonna feel sorry when I'm spending that money, dog.
Exactly. I bought a TV that I didn't need, but I said, hey, what the fuck? You know, I worked 50-something hours for God knows how many weeks. So I went out and got me a gift from me to me.
You're always supposed to do that.
Yeah, you're supposed to.
To congratulate yourself. You made it.
Right.
Hey.
Listen, I spent $300 on the PlayStation Store just buying games that were on sale, catching up with games. Once I finished this Red Dead shit, bro, I got so much shit that I gotta run through, bro. Oh my God, this Red Dead shit is actually taking up way too much time, especially for a game I don't plan on getting the platinum, man. Like this is taking away too. I'm just ready to get done with this game. I already know how the game is gonna end, and I haven't watched any spoilers on it, but I already know how it's gonna end because I already see the way it's going, and I don't think I'm gonna like the way this gonna end, but it is what it is, though.
Right.
It's all good.
I'm about to drop 100 as soon as these VR games turn up.
Okay.
Phaedra Socrates, I'll be more than happy to answer that question. When Red Dead 2 was about to release, they put out an article talking about developers had to work hundreds of hours and overtime and shit like that. Why do you even put an article out like that? Ain't nobody forced those developers to work for those teams. They chose to work for those teams. See, the problem that we have, especially in America, I'm not sure where you are, Phaedra Socrates, but in America, we have a problem where people worry about the wrong shit. So that to me is worrying about the wrong shit. I ain't got nothing to do with what job you have, where you got a job at, where you work at. I ain't got nothing to do with none of that. I don't really need to hear none of that. I go to gaming websites to hear about gaming stuff. I want to hear the new games coming out. I want to hear how great those new games are going to be or how bad those new games are going to be. But I don't care about the working conditions of these people when they're making these games. That's just not a point of reference that I give a damn about. I don't know about y'all. Maybe y'all care about that stuff. I personally don't care about that stuff. I'm not a humanitarian. I'm not in here working for human resources for any company out there. And I know these people don't give a fuck about me. How many of these developers care? How many of these developers care enough to reach out to y'all?
None. Zero.
You mean to tell me if you was about to lose your house, none of these developers would reach out to you and give a fuck about you or put money in your GoFundMe to make sure that you straight?
Fuck no.
No.
So why am I entitled to give a fuck about how many hours somebody is working? I don't.
No one should.
I don't. And I'm not trying to be a dick and I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm just saying that's not something that I need to know. I don't need to be in those people's pockets. I don't need to worry about what type of money they're making.
Nope.
That's not for me to worry about. That's for them to worry about when they go and do an interview to work for these people.
I do gonna get what you're saying because worry about, because like I said, I even saw that when Jason Schreier was talking about that, he was just so concerned about the capitalistic part about everything. And he's talking about, well, he's pretty much guilty, to worry about the developers and stuff. But at the end, he was like, "Well, can you give me the information so I can interview the people?" He's like, "Well, I haven't talked to this company in 5 years." And then why?
Oh
You
yeah,
telling-
but that's the blackballed him a long time ago. That shit was
Yeah.
they made a news article about that. Like the fuck, nigga. You okay? Hear me out. Hear me out. I'm not on the side of the corporation, but this nigga leaked the entire story of Fallout 4, dog. Why would I, as a company, why wouldn't I blackball you? You're the perfect candidate for blackballing. This is the reason why. This is one of the reasons why I feel like Sony don't really want to do like this E3 shit and all of this other crazy shit. I don't think it has nothing to do with them not having shit to show. And I got proof on that. I can show y'all a list of all of the games that are still exclusively being developed for the PS4 and possibly for the PS5. They have shit to show. That's not the problem. The problem is they want to be able to show it on their accord. You still have people speculating about the PS5, and they've already told you niggas they pulled out of E3. They told you in advance they're pulling out of E3, but niggas is still like, ooh, this is what's gonna be with the PS5. This is what's like, come on, dog. They telling you, like they're literally pulling out of this shit, and people are still trying to speculate and guess. And again, if you throw enough shit at the wall, eventually you'll be right. That's the reason why I showed you that. Well, I told you about that video, right, Lincoln?
Yeah,
where I predicted way back in 2014 about the discless Xbox One drive or whatever. I mean, the discless Xbox One. And the funny part about it is I had nothing to really go off of for that shit. Nothing. It just seemed like something Microsoft would do, though.
Mm-hmm.
So again, eventually you throw enough shit at the wall, something is gonna stick. So eventually, something about what people are speculating right now, when it comes to the Foxy UKs and the Ryans and all of these other people who speculate on this stuff. I don't know why y'all niggas listen to Mads. I ain't gonna even front. I don't know why y'all listen to that nigga. Like, bruh, that. Anyway, we ain't even get. I ain't gonna even get into that. But I'm not really about the speculation, dog. I'm more about when Sony show that shit, then we'll figure out whether or not it's worth it or not. Like, I'm not finna listen to these people because these people get you gassed up and you don't realize it, but they end up getting you pissed the fuck off when the PlayStation 5 comes out and it's nothing like what these niggas been predicting. I mean, I heard people throwing out between 10 and 16 teraflops. They talking about 16 gigabytes of RAM. I'm just like listening to this shit like, boy, what world do you niggas live in?
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to speculate on this shit. All I've said about the PlayStation 5 is that that it's going to need a lot of power to be able to run 2 VR headsets at once at the same time on it.
Yo, I'm just like, I don't know what world these niggas live in, though, Lincoln. If you know how much these computer parts cost, you would know what people are saying is unreasonable for the amount of money that they want to pay, because they want to have a 4K 60 machine at $400. I can tell you at $500, that shit ain't even finna happen. Just being realistic, it's not gonna happen, dog, because you would have to have something that is the equivalent of a 1080 Ti in that PlayStation 5. And what is it that they gonna put in there that has that sort of power? And then what I told people is, okay, let's say you actually do get 4K anything. It's gonna be 4K low to medium settings with everything fucking turned down. So what is the point of having this, dog? If you're getting the lowest common denominator of the bullshit anyway, dog. It's like, why would you want 4K only to have low fucking tessellation, low amounts of foliage, and then when you see the shit elsewhere, like such as a PC, you see the big fucking difference. I mean, niggas is gonna be saying that 4K is soupy next generation, dog. You don't believe it?
Of course, I believe
but they are gonna say it's soupy because they're gonna have to turn everything down so fucking low that all you're getting is a resolution bump. Resolution isn't what makes your game look better, dog. It's the effects that are used. It's the amount of foliage you have in the game. It's the amount of detail you have in the game, not just a fucking number, dog. And that's where people get this shit mixed up, dog. You could have a 4K game that looks like complete ass. Complete ass. But these niggas is happy because it says 4K.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I don't know, man. I would literally have to see what they're gonna do. But again, I think it just brings negativity for absolutely no reason, because people are gonna be mad at Sony, like Sony was the one who told them all of these crazy aspects.
Right.
That's exactly what the fuck is gonna happen. And I'm just gonna sit back and I'm gonna watch all these niggas like the PlayStation 5 still being checkerboarded. I thought it was a monster. I thought Sony said that they were going to put 16 gigs of RAM in there. I thought they said they were going to have 18 teraflops of power, but they still checkerboarding. I'm just like, bro, why y'all niggas setting y'allself up for failure like that? That's crazy. That's crazy. If you have not heard, Fallout 76 has a 47 gigabyte patch and price cut to $40. Yo, I can't believe y'all niggas went out and bought that game anyway. I know somebody in here bought that game. You bought that game, Lincoln? You thinking about buying that game, Lincoln?
What game?
Fallout 76.
Fuck no.
You planning on getting that in? That Fallout 76?
No.
You plan on getting that VR? VR, you definitely seem like somebody who will buy that VR.
No, I'm not.
Even if Bethesda had not have pissed me off, I would not have bought it, because matter of fact, the only time I even owned a Fallout game was when I was burning them during the 360 generation. I had I think a couple of the Fallout games, but I never played them because I had about 300 games plus. And all I was doing was burning them, playing them for about 5 minutes to make sure they worked, and then threw them in the library.
Yo, that is the crazy part about burning games, man. Last generation with the 360, boy, I ain't gonna even lie, bro. I still got fucking disc, the little spindles full of freaking Xbox 360 games, dog. Not only that, I got a hard drive full of Xbox 360 games, dog. I ain't gonna even lie, I pirated the shit out of the Xbox 360. Like, that was the only purpose of actually buying an Xbox 360, because it was so easy to mod that motherfucker. But Lincoln is right. When you have access to all those games, you usually don't play any of them.
I mean, I was like, man, I wasn't getting any sleep because of how long it was. Like, I was staying up. The whole process of burning the game, it took like 2 hours, 2.5 hours to download the game. Probably the whole process of extracting the files, unzipping them, extracting them, all that bullshit, running it through the ABGX so it doesn't get picked up by, Microsoft's, security checks and all that bullshit.
I still got ABGX 360.
Yeah, so that whole process, man.
Yeah.
From the minute you extract the files to the minute, that shit took about an hour, and then it took about another hour to burn them because verbatims was the best disc, and you had to burn it at the slowest speed.
And them verbatims were not cheap, boy.
Hell no.
Especially not the ones you needed. You could get the little cheap version from like Comp USA or something like that, but they had the actual ones they wanted you to use. I was like, man, you got me fucked up, man. As soon as I got the Drive emulator, because that's what it's called.
But shit, that's how I discovered Newegg, man, because like I think like a 20-pack of verbatims was going at Best Buy. I think they were selling for like I want to say like $30 or something like that. And so when I found Newegg, I was buying 50 packs for like $40. So that's how I was getting all my disc, to burn the games. I was getting them through Newegg.
Yo, you ever thought about opening up a PayPal and shit like that?
What do you mean?
Do you have a PayPal?
Yeah.
You can get one of those PayPal.me things so like people could donate and shit.
I've thought about all that before, and the way I'm feeling right now, the only way I would attach any kind of PayPal or Patreon or anything like that to my YouTube channel is if a bunch of people was asking me, hey, can you try this game and stream it? Can you try that game and stream it?
Why don't you do that? Because you play a lot of VR games, and I mean, if you got people who want to support you and watch you play certain games, like that'd be a good avenue to be like, oh, okay, well, just hit the PayPal up. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but if people start asking, and if they ask me and it's like, yo, if somebody was asking me to play something different every day, then yeah, I would go ahead and put it up because that would break my back open, buying a different game, every day.
Hey, what type of, you say you got the Hisense, what was it? H9?
Yeah.
Let me look this TV up. Let me go ahead and look this TV up because I've heard of Hisense TVs, but I've never heard of nothing called a Hisense H9 though.
Well, at the time that because I had an H6 before this.
Is it an H9 Plus or H9E?
Yes, H9 Plus.
H9. It sounds like a phone. Jesus.
H9
Plus. RT.
Yeah, man, this TV is like at least the top half of the TV is like a half-inch thick, if that.
Wow. Okay, so this TV, picture modes, vivid, standard, energy saving, theater, game, sport, calibrated. Okay, local dimming. All right. Advanced settings, blah 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 blah. HDR settings. The pictures modes are different in HDR and SDR. And HDR, the most accurate picture mode is HDR standard with the color temperature set to low and local dimming set to high. Ooh, they got a lot of HDR modes too. Nice. HDMI 2.0 format, but isn't the latest like 2.1 or some 2.3, something like that?
I wouldn't doubt it because this TV is over a year. I do believe it is over a year old.
Nice. It actually can synchronize with Alexa devices too, which is
the crazy. Google Assistant and all that shit. Yeah,
that's crazy. All right.
Sounds on point.
As I was saying in yesterday's podcast, this TV I bought it for $1,000. When I was looking at the QLED TVs, bottom line, the QLED, the Q6 was a good looking TV, but the 65-inch was still $1,300. And I saw a picture on this H9 that was comparable to the Q6, if not better.
This is actually a pretty good TV for gaming. I mean, it gets an 8 in video games, a 7.8 in HDR gaming, 7.5 in HDR movies. It's terrible as a PC monitor, and it's terrible at sports. Value for the price beaten by the TCL R617. You should probably got that TCL TV, dog.
Probably, but I I put it this way: that TCL from what
holy shit, what the fuck is that, dog? The TV really look like that? This shit look like a little 2-inch piece of glass. Like, what the fuck is this?
What's that?
Is that the way the TV really look? Like that thin, that flat?
Oh, if you look at the TV, if you stand sideways and look at the TV from the side, the top half of the TV is like a half an inch thick, if that. It might be thinner than that.
2.09 inches. That's crazy. That is nuts. That is nuts. Temperature. Okay, let me see how the picture quality is, because that's what I'd be thinking about. Let me see what the grayscale and the blacks, see how that's looking. The gray uniformity gets a 7.5. It's a bit cloudy. And they say viewing angle is terrible. So if you're looking at it from the side or something like that, you're not getting a real good picture.
Shit, almost any flat screen TV is like that.
Yeah.
Black uniformity, it's a little cloudy. Screen finish, semi-gloss, pre-calibration, post-calibration. Let me see what that HDR hitting for though. Okay.
It does support HDR10.
What about Dolby Vision? 4K content.
I think it did say like Dolby HDR or something like that. I think I saw that like flash across the bottom of the screen when I was checking the shit out at Best Buy.
Oh, okay. 4K content looks good with no observable issues. They give it a 10 They rated a 9.0 at 1080p. 1080p content, like from a Blu-ray or non-4K game console, looks almost as good as native 4K content. That's crazy. Okay, that's pretty good. 7.8 for the color gamut. Yep, it does have a wide color gamut. So what's the negative? The H9E Plus has a good wide color gamut. We test with 75% stimulus colors, which are very bright. And at this brightness, the TV's color accuracy isn't great. However, when we send 50% stimulus colors, which are less bright, the color accuracy is better with both P3 and REC 2020 colors. The HDR EOTF curve in the HDR standard picture mode is brighter than the target PQ curve. So, okay, this is a lot of technical shit I don't give a fuck about. Like, seriously. Let's see. Pixels. Permanent burn-in risk, 10. No permanent burn-in risk. We don't expect VA panels to experience permanent image retention, as the VA panel in our long-term test appears immune. Okay, that's good. Motion at 8.3. All right, give me a second. Lower frame rate content. Oh, okay. It can interoperate lower frame rate content up to 120 hertz. Yep. So it has that what they call that shit, the soap opera effect going on. Shout out to them. Flicker free. 9.2 response time. Okay. The Hisense H9E Plus has an excellent fast response time. There is significant overshoot in some transitions. This can cause some artifacts in some scenes and can be seen in the motion blur photo. Most down transitions undershoot their targets before leveling out, but this is fairly minor and most people won't notice it. Okay, black frame insertion. The H9E Plus does not have an optional black frame insertion feature. Okay. Variable refresh rate, native refresh rate 120 hertz. The Hisense H9E Plus does not support VRR. We tested this with the PC and with the Xbox One S.
Like, I give a fuck about that because I don't know about that, VSync bullshit, but
no, it's variable refresh rate. Inputs. It looks like Hisense H9E Plus has great low input lag, perfect for gaming, and accepts a variety of resolutions, including 4K and 1440p. What? That's actually pretty good. You can actually, wow, that's crazy. Okay, never mind. All right.
So for $1,000, I think I did all right.
Yeah, it sounds good.
I mean, what I do know is that, like, I had the H6. This is the H9. So if it's not the top of the line model, it's like right up under it.
Okay.
HDMI 4, 4K at 30. Oh, okay. So only some of your ports do 4K at 60.
Yeah, the ports 1 and 2 do it. The other ones is at 4K 30.
Okay. For tuning, there is no component input, but there is dedicated composite input that does not require a breakout cable. Okay. Dolby Vision, yes. HDR10, yes. HLG, I don't know what the fuck that is. 3D, no. 5.1 pass-through Arc Dolby Digital, yes. Okay, this TV actually comes with a lot of features, man. It's kind of crazy. It even has 5 gigahertz support for the Wi-Fi, which is that's kind of random.
Yeah.
Now, what people don't like, a lot of people may not know about Hisense, but at the time that I bought that H6 last year, Hisense was it's a Chinese company, and they were the 3rd largest manufacturer in the world.
Okay.
It uses an Android interface too. Hey, I want you to check your TV. I want you to go to the app section and see if you can find Plex in your apps. It's PLEX. I'm not sure if you're close enough to the TV to do it, but if you are,
give me a second because let me go grab the remote.
Sure, I got to take a piss anyway, so I'll be right back.
All right.
Oh, jeez. Oh. What's up, Ian?
Oh, not bad.
That's good.
Just been catching up on Destiny.
You know what? I haven't really been playing it for a while, so I have to get back into it.
Yeah, well, they're actually they're way to start season 5 on the 27th or something. So
They better bring back
Okay, I'm back. I will look for that. I will look for that Plex later because for one, I disconnected the Wi-Fi because I'm under the impression that even if it didn't come standard with the TV, you could probably surf the web on that TV and download it.
yeah,
Also with
you
the
can do that
TV
with a lot of the TVs.
But Sick was saying that the TV is like 2 inches thick. That's the bottom half of the TV. The top half of the TV is like only about a ½ inch thick.
Wow.
Oh shit.
And the crazy thing about it is that shit is heavier than it looks. I mean, I was able to lift it no problem, but yeah, it was but like it was a little bit heavier than I look. For how thin that screen is, you wouldn't think it was as heavy as it is.
I have a question for you. You got insurance on it?
No. If there's a problem with it, we'll find out within a year. As far as I'm concerned, I don't hang on to TVs long anyway because I usually hang on to TVs like 1 to 2 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the thing about TVs is it's good that they're all getting thinner and thinner because it's less parts in the TV to play up. So,
but like, let me like say something again that I said yesterday in my podcast. Do you ever notice how when you go into Best Buy, only TVs like the Samsungs and the Sonys are the only ones that's playing like crisp 4K videos? The Samsungs, the Sonys, and the high-end, the high-end LGs. I believe they do that because if they run that same 4K video through something like a TCL or something like that, and you see that if you're a person that doesn't want to spend a lot of money and you see that same 4K video actually looks pretty good on that TCL, you might be more likely to drop the $600 on that TCL versus the $1,700 on that Samsung.
Yeah, that's what they do. They
so what happened was on Saturday, Best Buy let it all hang out. They had all their TVs playing these crisp 4K videos. The reason I'm sure they did that was because they're getting ready for Black Friday. They want to sell anything they can. They're not gonna try to get people to go after the Samsungs. They just trying to sell anything they can. So
they let it all hang out.
Yeah, they let the crisp 4K videos play through all their TVs. So when I saw what that H9 looked like, I was like, this shit looked just as good as that Samsung Q6. So at $300 cheaper, let me go ahead and holler at this.
You should have got that TCL P617, man. Oh no, you was at Best Buy, so it'll be the P615.
But I bought the TV from Walmart because the H9 is sold exclusively through Walmart. So what happened was what it was is when I was at the H9 65-inch, it sold exclusively through Walmart. What happened was when I was at Best Buy, they had a 55-inch H9 on display.
You gave up on the Vizios, man. The Vizios don't be that bad, man.
Man, I got rid of the Vizio for the Hisense. No, see what happened was when I bought that Vizio, it was a first generation 4K TV that did not have HDR. Right. So what happened was when I told my son I would get him an Xbox One X, kids catch on quick, man. Kids are smart. He was like, "Are you gonna give me a 4K TV with it too?" And I was like, oh yeah.
Nah, I'd have been like, you asked for too much now, bro.
So I gave it to him though. So
of course you did.
We was at Walmart. And he was like, "Are you still gonna buy me a 4K TV?" And I had just got a bonus, so I was like, "Okay, give me that Hisense." It was a 50-inch TV. It was only $400, and it had HDR. So I was like, "Let me get that."
Word.
When I brought it home and I plugged it up to my Pro, and I saw Battlefield 5, the shit looked like a fucking computer monitor. I was like, "How a TV this cheap look this damn good?" And that was it. I was sold on it. This was the H6. This was their bottom of the line shit. So I had a Philips in my bedroom. I sold that and bought a 55-inch Hisense for the bedroom. and then the 65-inch Vizio, I sold that to my brother and bought a 65-inch Hisense. Now my brother came and bought the H6 that I had after I bought this H9.
Nice.
And there you have it.
And there you go.
So I think I got bang for the buck.
He got banged for the buck.
Whoa. Would you mind dropping that? Would you mind dropping that ED at the end of it? Oh shit! Try to sneak me.
Oh man. After getting this 4K TV Samsung, I ain't getting nothing but a Samsung ever again. Shout out to Robert McLeod.
I ain't gonna knock that, but it's like I said, man. This H9 to me looked just as good as that QLED 6, that Q6, if not better. So, and it was $300 less.
And on our teams, it doesn't have a bad rating either, man. It got overall, I think it was like a 7.8, but that's not bad. So that's definitely not bad. And I've never ever heard of Hisense TVs ever. Never seen one in my life.
The first time I saw one, I was like, man, what is this cheap bullshit? And when I seen a 4K video at the store display, I was like, damn, this shit look good. I was like, how come nobody know about this shit? And then, like I said, once I got it home and hooked my PS4 Pro to the one that I bought my son, it looked like a damn PC monitor. I was shit.
Right. Well, it's gonna be something to look into.
So when I got the TV home Saturday night and my son turned on Gears of War 4, he instantly fell in love with it. Now he wants the 55-inch version of this H9, which sells for $699.
Now, did you change any settings on it or
no? Only thing I did was I put the HDR. I set it on HDR Vivid.
Right. Okay.
That's the only thing I did to it.
You should have went and got that Q9, bruh. What's up with that Q9? Spend that Q9 money.
Hold on, let's try this again. Let me repeat something that I said in my podcast. The 65-inch Q6,
right,
sold for $1,300.
Mm-hmm.
The 65-inch Q7 sold for $2,000. So I never even bothered to check to see what the Q8 or the Q9 cost because I knew it was going to be out of my price range that I was willing to spend.
What about the nits? What about the nits on the Hisense that you got? The brightness?
Let's just say this TV is gorgeous. That's about the best way I can sum it up. I ain't all about that ambient occlusion and all that kind of shit, man. I don't know about that shit. The shit look good or it don't.
That's true. That is true.
I don't think I ever want to hear that word ever again. Ambient
occlusion.
I don't think I want to hear it. Ever since then, like people use that argument for the
and the 4K textures are soupy.
4K textures.
Motherfuckers. Talk about my PS4 Pro.
That guy. Fucking guy, man.
But they did have an LG. They had an LG there at Walmart. It was the 65-inch was about $3,000. Oh my god, that TV was gorgeous. But I did not want to touch an LG because I understood that like when the PS4 Pro launched, it was having compatibility issues with LG TVs.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because I had the LG TV and I had an issue with that motherfucker, dog. That shit was real.
It was to do with the handshake.
Yeah, nah, the TV's just trash, dog. Like, don't let nobody trick you into buying no LG, dog, unless it's an OLED.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna slander it no more.
It was an OLED.
How much you paid for the TV that you have, though, if you don't mind me asking?
Me?
Yeah.
For this Hisense H9 Plus ULED TV, Android TV with Dolby Vision HDR, $1,000.
Oh, so it was $999.
$998 to be precise.
Oh,
Yeah, you dollar off. You a dollar off, my man. Yeah, you a dollar off.
You got the you know what the model number is on it? Like I don't know if you still got the box or anything like that.
Yeah, it's the H9. It's the H9 Plus.
The 9100E plus or
Yeah, because I believe the other one is the
because I see
H9080 or something like that.
yeah, because I see the H9 plus for $899. I don't know if it just went on sale, but I don't know if this is the one that
See the crazy part about it is those two models that you're talking about, the 9100 and the 9080, they only $1 apart. One is $998, the other one is $999.
Nah, the one I'm looking at
At Walmart, they was.
You know what? Check this out. I'm gonna put the link in the
Whoa,
chat.
whoa. Where?
In the Hangout chat.
Hold on. For what size is this TV?
I don't. It says 65.
Let me go to this Walmart app because if I see this exact TV that I bought for $998, they're gonna be getting a visit.
Oh no,
from
they
me,
got
so
they got one for $998, but then they also have one for $899. But they both say the same thing. One says H9 plus, the other one says H9100 plus. Like I don't even know what the fuck the difference is.
Okay,
so I see. Yeah, so I see two different ones, but I don't know if this is the right one though. Like it could be the wrong one and shit. I put it in the Hangout chat.
Robert McLeod said LG is his past. And Samsung is his future.
See, that's why he said he'll never go back after seeing Samsung because LGs are trash.
Trash.
Hey, but that OLED was his shit though. I'm not gonna lie.
What, the LG?
Yeah. That thing was so beautiful. I ain't gonna lie.
That's a nice TV.
Wait a minute. Hisense actually make. Hold on a second.
All right, I'm getting up right now. I'm going outside right now.
Hold on. What the hell? Where's the 70-inch TV they talking about? You got to be kidding me, man. Hisense got a $9,000 TV here. It's a laser TV.
Wow.
A 100-inch 4K UHD smart laser TV.
Wow.
For $9,000.
Hey, well, I'm sorry. What is a laser TV?
Fuck if I know, but if it costs if it costs 9 racks, then ain't that cheap? Okay, I see this one you're talking about here for $899. This is it's not a ULED TV though. This one that I got is a ULED TV.
$899?
Yeah.
What does a laser TV do?
I think it's just crisper.
I don't know. Probably shoot lasers and burn your eyebrows off.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, the lasers. I'm like a little concerned. Like, you not put them lasers in your eyes.
Well, that's maybe that's why Xbox games are shit.
I'm not going to be able to catch them on the technicality because this TV I got is a ULED TV.
Oh, the laser TV or projectors. So it's like a high.
You can see the one that you got. Put it in the thingamajig. I'm looking into the because I don't know. I'm thinking about getting another TV, but I want a TV that's like anywhere between like 60 and 80 inches.
Yeah, hold on. Let me go to the Walmart website and I will put this in the chat. Which one?
Because you see how many they got? They got so many H9s. I'm like, okay, they got the H9E, then they got the H9 Plus, and then they got the H9 9100. I'm like, come on, dog. Like, bruh. No need to have all them TVs.
No, it's just like controllers.
Wait. Does anybody ever use a projector to play games?
I do.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
that's
so
in the movie room though.
This one that I got is the 9100E.
Okay, so you do have the 9100E then.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Cool cow.
So, which I believe is I don't know if it's the top of the line model because they have another one in here. I don't know if it's in here, but they had another one that cost $9.99, only $1 more.
Nah, they got one that costs $8.99 too. That says H9 Plus as well. But I don't know what the difference is. I hate Walmart's website. Walmart website is just fucking terrible. See, that's why I go to. I'm going back to Best Buy. Fuck Walmart. I feel. Anyway, I got a headache. I'm about to eat this food, so I'm about to get the hell up out of here. And yeah, I do want to say thank you for having me on, Lincoln. It's been a blast.
Oh, no, without a doubt. I want to get ready to take a power nap anyway, so hopefully these games will turn up at the PlayStation Store at midnight because I want to play some Beat Saber, and if it happens to turn up at the store at midnight, I will pick it up and I will do a midnight stream before I go to bed. So keep your eyes peeled for that. We'll see if the game turns up at midnight. With that being said, before I have my guards escort you all back to your ships, you want to give a big wave out to everybody and give everybody your outro?
Absolutely. I just want to say you guys are great. You guys are great. You guys sat up here all this time and listened to us talk about nothing. Absolutely nothing. You guys are awesome.
But we still entertain them.
There you go. There you go.
Are you not entertained?
I'm about to eat me some Rasta pasta. You know what I'm saying? Some jerk chicken pasta.
Nice.
And it's going to be amazing.
There you go, man. You go eat the pasta, man. You go find these fucking blood clots, man. You blow the fucking heads off, man.
McGuan eat the Rasta pasta.
Nothing good, man. You kill a man for nothing, man. There's nothing, man.
For real. For real. Blessed.
All right. Miss Veratron, you are up next.
Roger.
Yeah.
Over. Did it finish or is it still?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Yeah, we need you to come on over here. Give us your outro. Come on now. Give us your outro. 10-4.
Did you try it? Was it too spicy for your life?
All right, Ian, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
This is had a good time. I'm just waiting for my Battlefield 5 to go live so I can play that.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, it's downloading like 3 hours or something.
Dog, I was thinking about getting that game, dog, but I was like, bro, I'm still trying to make it through Red Dead. And then after Red Dead, then I got to hit up these VR games because I got a lot of VR games to catch up on.
Well, I've got to play some Firewall sometime.
Yo, we can hit up that shit tomorrow. Like, I ain't doing shit.
The DLC releases tonight on that as well at midnight.
Is it free?
I do not know because
it should be free.
Well, it's like this. If you go inside the game, they started a second page for the contractors. And they added a new contractor, but it's locked right now. And it's not showing up at the PlayStation Store. So I don't think we can get to it until midnight.
Yeah, I quite fancy that horror one. I don't know if it's horror or not.
Vieratron, have you returned from the royal bathroom yet?
The royal cleanness is clean, Your Highness.
Okay, looks like she's still in there. So I guess the guards will, make sure nobody walks in there. And with that being said, when she gets done, the guards will escort her back to her ship.
Yep.
And then we'll close the dome. With that being said, I want to thank everybody for dropping by. It was great. I had a lot of fun. Like I said, I'm smoking crack. PS4, PS5, November 2019. So I'm smoking that shit, Wow.
I always come into
hold on. Check this out. Remember that speculation that I was making saying that Sony wasn't having anything this year, so they were going to announce like the Death Stranding thing at the Game Awards because Jeff Keighley always sucking off Kojima and shit like that.
Yeah.
I literally I was strolling through Push Square as we were doing the outros, and they literally have some. I swear to y'all, I kid y'all not, I did not look at this beforehand, but they say rumor Sony to announce release dates for Death Stranding, Ghost of Tsushima, and Dreams at the Game Awards.
Whoa. Well, I expected them to announce a date for Death Stranding soon if it's true that they had done with the game.
Yeah, just give me that date for Ghost.
He's like, just give me the Ghost.
Just
give me
You've been waiting for that for the longest.
That's a day one purchase.
Out of the big 4 exclusives that they got coming up next year, Death Stranding is at the bottom of my list. You know, I'd probably say Last of Us is first on that list. Ghost of Tsushima is second. Days Gone is third, and Death Stranding is at the bottom of that list. I'm going to get them all. I'm going to get them all, but that's the order that I want them.
And for all of y'all that don't have PlayStation Plus memberships, it's $39.99 for a year.
Oh yeah,
and also
scoop that too.
PlayStation Now subscriptions are $79.99 for a year. So I'm definitely gonna hit up another year of that because
PlayStation Now is pretty good.
I like Sony, bro. Me and Sony, we cool, dog.
Yeah, fuck Xbox.
They gave me Steep for free. You know how niggas be saying that if you got it based on the PlayStation Now subscription, it's free.
See, but Sony's that little bit that drug dealer, man. They
they are.
Take that razor blade and cut off a piece of that $20 rock and sell it to you for $5 to get you hooked. And then you come in there and just start buying up all this shit, you know, and you up here stealing and robbing to come up with money to buy shit from the flash sale.
You guys had to go too.
It's a nice ganji.
I gotta see Target's Black Friday thing one more time. I mean, I had one Target by me and they moved, so they might not be on the list this year. Anyway, let's let Lincoln get the hell up out of here, man.
Miss Vieratron, we assumed that you were in the royal bathroom, but now that you are out, would you like to give your outro to people?
For sure.
All right, this is Vieratron. Just came to hang out in the chats, like always, or in the hangout area, whatever. Thank you for having me in. All right, I have to go.
Without a doubt. Hey, everybody, make sure you support Vieratron's channel. Check out her content. Make sure you subscribe to her channel. Let's get this thing popping. Let's get her some subs.
Factory. Oh, and also do know that Dragon Ball Fighter Z will be $19.99 on Black Friday. Just in case y'all didn't know that, it'll be $19.99. There's no reason why y'all shouldn't pick that up. Just saying.
Mm-hmm. All right, folks, that's gonna do it. You know the drill. Give it a like the door on your way out. And I want to thank everybody for visiting Wakanda. We will catch y'all later. Y'all have a good one.
Also, Vampire is on sale. If you ain't got it already, pick it up.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. That's go check out those Black Friday shits. Got a lot of good deals in there.
Also, Spyro is $34.99 if you ain't already pick it up. All right, we out of here.
We'll catch y'all later, y'all.
Yeah, peace.
Just Cause 3 is $9.99.